Morning Hoops presented by Krieger Ford. You're looking live at Wright State University in Dayton, Ohio, site of the Division II boys basketball state semifinals, where this morning your Warriors take on the champions of the Northeast region, the North Royalton Bears, with a trip to tomorrow's Division II state championship on the line. Hi, everybody. It's Rick Cooper, the voice of the Warriors. We are thrilled to get to be with you this morning here on the Westerville North Sports Network. Westerville North basketball is presented all season long by Krieger Ford. Krieger Ford, 1800 Morse Road in Columbus, home of the Krieger commitment, best cars, best people, and peace of mind. You can shop at KriegerFord.com today. Well, the North Royalton Bears won their 10th straight game, and they advanced to the state Final Four after a thrilling 40-38 win against Brecksville Broadview Heights in the Northeast Regional Final over at Kent State, where junior guard Lincoln Lee stole an inbound pass with 5.9 seconds to play to preserve the victory for North Royalton. Lee finished that game with 10 points and 3 steals. 6'8" junior center Nolan Klingbeil led the Bears with 12 points and 7 boards. The Bears forced the number 1 seeded Bees into 16 turnovers, and they only turned it over 7 times themselves. They trailed in the fourth quarter before going on a 9-1 run down the stretch to punch their ticket to their second Final Four in school history. It is worth noting that North Royalton lost both conference games against Brecksville Broadview Heights during the regular season, including a 15-point loss in the most recent meeting back on February the 10th. The difference in that third meeting last Saturday may have a lot to do with the return of senior point guard Sean Bunsey. Bunsey tore his ACL in week 1 of high school football season, had surgery, missed the rest, obviously, of football season, and did not return until, early February. February the 13th. This basketball team has not lost since he returned. He's a defensive stopper that brings experience, toughness, poise, and ball handling, and those are all going to be needed today in the first meeting all-time with Westerville North. The Warriors advance to the state semifinal with a 58-50 win against New Albany last Saturday at Taft Coliseum at the Columbus Fairgrounds. North led that game by as many as 15 in the first half before the Eagles rallied and made it very interesting in the second. New Albany closing to within 3 on 3 different occasions in the fourth quarter, but Westerville North had an answer on the ensuing possession each and every time. Senior Damian King scored on 2 lay-ins, including one after an offensive rebound to take the advantage back up to 5 both times, and senior Elijah McCree connected on another step-back three-pointer. He's been doing it all year, and he took the lead from 3 to 6, 50-44, with 3 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the game. Junior Tyson Perkins, senior Elijah McCree were a combined 6 of 6 from the charity stripe, but down the stretch in that basketball game at some very pivotal moments. North shot 21 of 45 from the field for 47%. They hit 7 of 14 threes for 50%, and they shot well enough to win, did New Albany. They were 45% from the field, and they connected on 4 of 9 threes for 44%. Senior Elijah McCree finished with a game-high 26 points, including 14 in the second half on 9 of 20 shooting, 4 of 9 from way downtown. Damian King, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 assists on 6 of 10 shooting. Senior Marco Matucci, the OCC Ohio Player of the Year, finished with 15 points, 4 assists, both team highs in his final game as an Eagle, but Matucci did turn it over a game-high 6 times as well. The Warriors have now won 20 in a row. They have won 49 of their last 50 basketball games. Their 25 wins this season matches the school record for wins in a season, joining the state championship title teams back in 1994 and last year's 25-2 team as well. The winner of this one will play either Lima Senior. It would be a rematch of a game earlier in the year that Westerville North grinded out a road win. Lima Senior 22-4, or it could be Massillon Washington. They are 25-1, and they haven't lost since a couple of days before Christmas. Those two teams, the Spartans and the Tigers, play in the state semifinal number 2 here at Wright State at 1 p.m. this afternoon. It should be a fun morning and then afternoon of hoops, and we are thrilled to get to bring it to you this morning here on the Westerville North Sports Network. Saturday morning hoops are presented all season long, courtesy of Krieger Ford. Again, they are the exclusive Ford dealership of the Westerville North Sports Network. Krieger Ford, 1800 Morse Road in Columbus, home of the Krieger commitment. Best cars, best people, and peace of mind. Shop at KriegerFord.com today. We are in the midst of the North Star Family Dental pregame show as we count you down to today's opening tip. If you're looking for a new dental practice that you can trust with the health of your family, North Star Family Dental is the number one choice. They have been voted a top dental practice in Columbus by the Dispatch and voted a neighborhood favorite by Nextdoor.com. Visit NorthstarFamilyDental.com to learn a lot more. We have a lot coming up on a packed North Star Family Dental pregame show as more Cardinal and Gold continue to file in to this Nutter Center here on the campus of Wright State University. Coming up, we'll introduce you to tonight's Chick-fil-A Polaris Parkway starting lineups. We'll tell you a little bit more about the Bears, who come from 25 miles south of Cleveland. But when we come back, we check in with the 2023 Division I State Coach of the Year and the 2026 Central District Division Coach of the Year. His name is Shan Trusley, and he appears courtesy of CertaPro Painters. We'll talk to him after this 60-second timeout, courtesy of State Street Advisors. It is the Division II State Final Four. We're at Wright State University, and it is North Royalton and Westerville North with a ticket to the state championship on the line. Shan Trusley, courtesy of CertaPro Painters, is coming up next. This is the Westerville North Sports Network. State Street Advisors is the official financial advisor sponsor of the Westerville North Sports Network. Conveniently located at 647 Park Meadow Road in Westerville, Mark Ivanic and State Street Advisors is ready to equip you with a comprehensive evaluation of your current financial state to assist you in planning for your future. State Street Advisors will help guide you in formulating a series of achievable steps that can help you reach your objectives. Mark Ivanic and State Street Advisors is the official financial advisor sponsor of the Westerville North Sports Network. Phone 614-895-2584 or visit StateStreetAdvisors.com to learn more. Count you down to the opening tip. Little Saturday morning hoops. Haven't said that all year. Presented by Krieger Ford and the North Star Family Dental pregame show. And we get a chance to get some thoughts from the head coach of the Warriors, Shan Trusley, who appears courtesy of CertaPro Painters. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, they do it all. They provide a worry-free and easy property improvement experience. Times may have changed, but CertaPro's outstanding service and expertise, they remain the same. CertaPro Painters, you can schedule your free estimate by calling 799-8106 or online at CertaPro.com. Big thank you to Kevin Rutter, Dan Goodman, and the rest of the outstanding team at CertaPro Painters. And Coach, it was a year ago to the day that you were cutting down the nets at UD Arena with that 32-point win against Massillon Perry. It's never easy to do it again. Here we are 2 wins away from a state championship. And I always ask you what the emotions, the mindset is of your guys coming in. I want to just a little different. What's your mindset? What's emotions are running through Coach Trusley as we're moments before opening tip?
I'm happy today. I'm happy for our kids. I'm happy for our Westerville North community. What is happening isn't normal. Not everyone gets to experience this, much less 2 times. I mean, very rarely do high school communities get to experience Final Fours and state semifinals, state championship games 1 time. But the fact that we've done it 2 years in a row means a lot. And so I'm happy for the kids. I'm excited for the kids. The kids want to play on these stages, and I think they're going to be ready to go today.
You mentioned this isn't normal. I mean, for a guy like you, your story for what part of it in 94, 95, 96, and then you wait 29 years to do it again. So you've been there. Waited a long time to get this opportunity again.
And again, I'm just happy that I get to represent Westerville North doing this. When I was a young kid growing up here here in the state of Ohio, when I was 9, 10, 11 years old, my dad would take me down to St. John Arena. That's why I was introduced to high school basketball. The very first high school basketball I ever saw, or game I ever saw, was Akron Central Howard versus Lorraine Admiral King. It was like 1981 or something like that. It was back then it was called AAA, AAA state final, and I fell in love with it, and the kids here, and hopefully this is what it helps to do. It helps them fall in love with high school basketball and it becomes a lifelong thing for them.
What's been your message to your guys heading into this Final Four?
Just enjoy it. Be the best version of yourself that you can be the best team that we can be, because in the end that's what's going to take. It's not going to be individual performances, it's going to be a team effort, and so we want the kids to experience joy this weekend, and I want them to have a good time and to compete and to get to play on this stage. You're playing in front of the state of Ohio. Sure. This is a big deal for a high school kid, and I'm glad they get to be a part of it.
A little bit different of a setup at the state tournament this year. I was looking back, I was like, I know we had a week. It was a Sunday state semifinal, then came back on a Friday night for the state championship. This year, back to back. I talked to Lima Senior's coach back in the Westerville South game in 16. He said he thought he played on a Friday and then a Sunday with a day in between. What's your thoughts on the setup, and what's your biggest concern, if you were to win today and have to come back and do it again tomorrow at noon?
This is, more tradition. This is how it used to be. The Ohio High School Athletic Association, I believe, has done a fantastic job, led by Commissioner Doug Ute, in trying to give the kids and communities an experience. And I thought they did that last year with the transition to 7 divisions. And they got feedback last year, and they adjusted. And I think it's awesome that the kids get to have a weekend of basketball. You can go see games tonight if you want to.
Sure.
You can go see games tomorrow if you want to. So, it's going to be a really fun time down here this weekend. It's going to be a fun time today. If we're fortunate enough, if we're lucky enough to play tomorrow, we'll just be happy to be there. We're not going to worry about fatigue or anything like that. We're not going to worry about the quick turnaround. We'll be ready to play regardless.
I think we'll all have a little bit of adrenaline confined of 32 more minutes. You get to this point with that thrilling win against New Albany, and you look back, single possession game 3 different times in that fourth quarter. Every time your team had a response. As you've looked back on that one and getting to this point, what are you most proud of, the resolve and resilience you saw in that regional final?
I thought we were really, really tough. I thought we were a tough team that day, and we challenged the kids. We knew it was going to come down to possessions. New Albany's really, really good. New Albany's an outstanding basketball team, and we knew it was going to come down to that. And I really appreciated how we got stops in the fourth quarter, and then on offense, how the kids were patient, disciplined, and got good shots, and then we made our free throws, which was huge.
Were there any concerns that have jumped out to you on tape that in this week leading up to today you've tried to fix?
Well, when you're watching North Royalton play, they're really good, so we're going to have to adjust to them, but I think they're going to have to adjust to us also. They're a fantastic team out of Cleveland. They've had a lot of success. They were in the state semifinals this year, so we're excited to get the opportunity to play the Bears today.
I think back to that Aiken game, Coach, when, what were you, down 11 in the first half? You went on a 12-0 run. I remember talking to you after, and your quote was, and we talked about this, I didn't like what was going on then, but I like now what that has done for our team. And you think about that game, and then the Pick Central grinded out win in New Albany. How do those help this team going into the Final Four today?
It can do nothing but help. Like I said, we had to just demonstrate some toughness in those games. The kids have been resilient all year long. It comes down to making plays, and our kids make plays. They make plays as individuals. They make plays as a team, and it's something that we're going to try to do today.
Yeah, let's talk about North Royalton playing in their second consecutive Final Four. It's hard to remember that because they never came down to Dayton, right? Played up in Canton and lost to Massillon Perry that you saw in the state championship, but minus Dylan Lakatis, who first team All-State. Man, when you look through the charts and it's a lot of the same guys that made it to that Final Four a season ago, so a veteran bunch.
It is a veteran bunch. A lot of these kids for North Royalton have played in important basketball games. They played in a raucous environment last year up in that state semifinal in Canton, and I know they're excited to be here today and to have an opportunity to play in a state semifinal. And they have a lot of talent. Lincoln Lee is a really good shooter. The Suleiman kid can score at all three levels. The big kid inside is really special. So, and then Escano out on the perimeter is a kid who played for him a lot last year and scored for him a lot last year. So I know that they're a well-coached team, and they're an exciting team, and I know their fans are going to travel well, and it's going to be a great environment.
A lot of their recent success with the return of Sean Bunsey, back early February. They're 10-0 since he came back from that knee injury during football. In what ways do they look different second half of the year with him in the lineup?
Well, he's a kid that has a lot of experience, and he's a kid that sort of gives them direction. He distributes the basketball. He gets his teammates where they're supposed to be on the floor, both offensively and defensively. And he's played a lot of significant minutes for them over the years. But they had a young man, number 2, who his name escapes me at the moment,
McCloston.
but McCloston, yeah. Who when Bunsey was out, McCloston gave them a surge, and so he's a good player. And I think with Bunsey's return, and then McCloston goes to the bench, it gives them some talent coming off the bench.
Another guy you mentioned they're big, and I talked to Lawrence Pack and this week, and he said Klingbeil, their big 6'8", maybe the best big that you've seen all year long.
He possibly could be. He's every bit of 6'8". He's really good with his back to the basket. They run stuff for him. He's also good out on the perimeter. He hit a huge 3 against Brecksville in their regional final. He can put it on the floor and drive it when he needs to. And one thing about young big kids, a lot of times they only like to turn to their left shoulder. He's a kid that can go either way. He can score it with his right hand or his left hand, so he can go left or right shoulder. So it's going to be a tough task today.
North Royalton exclusive to them. What are keys you got to do tonight to get to the noon game tomorrow afternoon?
Transition defense. They like to throw it up the sideline. They like to throw it diagonally across the court. We have to guard the arc because they're looking to get threes in transition, and that's good for us because it forces us to stick to our principles. In transition defense is take away the arc, take away layups, make them shoot tough twos. So we're going to have to do that. Then we're going to have to, if they don't get it in transition, we're going to have to guard in the half court. They run a lot of different actions. They run a lot of flare screens for their shooters. They run a lot of interior screening action for the big, and then we're going to have to block out and rebound because the big kid can go and get it.
How similar are they to New Albany? Sounds like a scouting report on the Eagles a little bit.
There's some similarities there. They're both really talented teams. Yeah. North Royalton is really talented and can really shoot it, and like I said, they can score it around the basket just like Evan Murfield last week for New Albany could. So there are some similarities there, but there are also some differences. I think North Royalton will mix it up a little more defensively than New Albany did.
Yep.
I'd expect to see some man today. I'd expect to see some zone today. I'd expect to see some three-quarter or possibly even some full-court pressure. Last week, for the most part, we just saw man-to-man, half-court man-to-man from New Albany. So I think North Royalton might mix it up a little more.
Coach, always love talking hoops. Appreciate the time. Best of luck. Well, that is Shan Trustley here on the North Star Family Dental pregame show. And that interview, as always, is brought to you by our good friends at CertaPro Painters. CertaPro Painters, whether your needs are commercial or residential, CertaPro Painters does it all. You can schedule a free estimate by calling 799-8106 or online at CertaPro.com. A big thank you to Kevin Rudder, Dan Goodman, and the rest of the team at CertaPro Painters. So let's take a look at tonight's Chick-fil-A Polaris Parkway starting lineups as we count you down to tonight's Mike McCoy Remax Impact opening tip. Why don't we start with the visitors from North Royalton High School. Again, it's a school up in the Cleveland area, about 25 miles south of Cleveland, I-77 and 82 West. 1,397 students, founded in 1907. Their colors are purple and gold. They've got 2 Final Fours, and those are the last 2 years, 2025-26. Last year they were beat 66-63. They were upset. They were 25-1 heading into that state semifinal when they got beat by Massillon Perry, who was the 15 seed up in their district. They lost that game 66-63. They're out of the Suburban League National Division, which is an 8-team conference. They joined that 11 years ago. Their head coach, Nick Lapsevich, has had 2 stints as the North Royalton head coach. In stint number 1, he signed on in 2015-16, and that was the first year that they joined the Suburban League National Division. North Royalton, Brecksville, Broadview Heights, Nordonia, Wadsworth, Stone Monroe Falls, Twinsburg, Hudson, and Solon. They have 1 state championship in school history. It's a boys soccer state title when they went 21-0 back in 1979. So we introduce you to the North Royalton starting lineup. The point guard is Sean Bunsey, 5'10 senior guard, is a 2-time all-district performer. Honorable mention this year, back for the 11th game after a torn ACL in week 1 of football season. They are 10-0 since he came back. Doesn't score a whole heck of a lot in the postseason, 1.8 a game, but his impact felt in other ways. 2.5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a team best 2.5 steals. The 2 guard tonight is Lincoln Lee, 6-foot junior, 13.2 points a game during the regular season. He's tied for the team best at 13.3 a game here in the postseason. 6-foot junior guard will wear number 12, and he is first on this team with 12 made threes in the postseason. He's a 3rd-team all-district performer. The small forward tonight is Antonio Escano. He's a Baldwin Wallace baseball commit. 6'2 senior guard, was their leading scorer during the regular season at 16.4 points a game. Omar Suleiman will start at the 4. The 6'2 forward, honorable mention in the league. Highly skilled offensively, can get to the rim with either hand, and the Bears will play a lot through number 34, 6'2 senior tonight. And the man in the middle is Nolan Klingbeil. We talked about him with Shan Trusley, big 6'8 junior center, averaging a team best 13.3 points a game in the regular season, 9.3 rebounds a game, is first in the regular season as well, and shooting a team best 60% from the field. The head coach of North Royalton is Nick Lapsevich in his 8th year. As we said, 2nd stint. This is year 2 in that 2nd stint. Again, first signed on board, came on board in 2015, and kind of an interesting story back in 2015 when he took over. The current head coach at that time stayed with him and stayed on his staff as an assistant coach, talking about Tim Mattis. So kind of a unique story. He took over for Ryan Holiday a couple of seasons ago. Lapsevich is 138-57 in those 8 years. That's a 71% winning percentage. Pride of Brunswick High School up in southwest side of Cleveland, and an Ohio University grad, wife Lori, and one other nugget on Nick Lapsevich. He does run the Coach Laps Basketball Academy up in Northeast Ohio, where he does a lot of basketball training. Let's take a look at the Westerville North starting lineup, brought to you by Chick-fil-A on Polaris Parkway. We say thanks again to our good friends at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has been with us as the exclusive sponsor of our starting lineups all season long, and they are now hiring at those Westerville locations. Did you know that Chick-fil-A employees enjoy access to tuition discounts and other benefits at more than 70 colleges and universities across the country, including free online college through Point University? Opportunities and eligibility vary by school, but benefits and tuition discounts of up to 30% are effective immediately, along with the chance to receive a $2,500 leadership scholarship that is renewable up to 4 times to help with your college tuition. Learn more how to be a part of the Chick-fil-A team by visiting CFArestaurant.com. That website again is CFArestaurant.com. We take a look at tonight's Westerville North starting lineup. Tyson Perkins will start at point guard, the 5'9 junior guard who matched a career high with 10 assists in that regional semifinal win against number 7 Westerville South about a week and a half ago. Perkins is 9.8 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, and a team best 5.8 assists. The two guard is Elijah McCree. He's the Division II Central District Player of the Year. He's the OCC Capital Player of the Year. Not many basketball players scored 32 points in high school in a game. Elijah McCree did that. Very few or even less do it against St. Ignatius, and that's what Elijah McCree did back on the 31st of January. He is Westerville North's leading scorer at 20.3 points a game. Jacob Medhani will start at the small forward, 6'1" senior guard. Shared the team Mr. Defense Award with Tyson Perkins a year ago. Had a career-high 20 on senior night in their win against Dublin Scioto back on February the 20th when he hit 7 of 12 shots, including 4 of 7 threes. He averages 8.3 points a game here in the regular season. His assist-to-turnover ratio is 3.8 to 1. And looking for some tournament numbers, well, last year in the state semifinals, he had 4 points, 2 rebounds, and in that state title game, did not score. No points and a couple of boards. So Jacob Medhani, one of the unsung heroes with this Westerville North team. Tony Cornett will start at the power forward, 6'5" junior. Will wear number 1, 16.6 points a game. His second best on this team, 5.7 rebounds his second. He's a two-time first-team All-League selection. Second team a year ago, I should say. First team this year. Had a career-high 31 against Westerville South back on the 31st of January. And the man in the middle, and boy, has he played like a man all season, but in particular, the last couple of weeks, what a postseason Damian King has had. 6'4" junior will wear number 10. Had 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 2.5 assists is what he is averaging in the postseason while shooting a blistering 66% from the field for the year. Damian King averages 8.9 points, a team best 6.3 rebounds, and is shooting 52% from the field. The head coach of the Warriors is 56-year-old Shan Trusley. He is the 2026 Central District Coach of the Year, 2023 Division I State Coach of the Year, 13th year as Westerville North's head coach, 37th year as a basketball coach in this program. He is the 4th head coach in Westerville North history, joining the likes of Les Randolph, Dave Hoover, and Kevin Tooman. 4 head coaches in 51 years, 4 league titles in Shan Trusley's 13 years, including 18, 23, and 25 and 26. He's a 10th grade English teacher. Wife Carrie at 12 years, 3 stepkids, talking about Jake 36, Best 30, and Mitch is 25. He is assisted tonight by Lawrence Pack, Lamont Tillman, Ben Pack, Kylie Gessner, Jalen Hearn, and Amal Brown. Those are tonight's Chick-fil-A Polaris Parkway starting lineups. Download the Chick-fil-A One app and earn points with every purchase. You can use those points for rewards of your choice. Visit Chick-fil-A.com for more details or to sign up. Well, we talked to these coaches, to these programs, some keys to victory as we count you down to tonight's opening tip. And no previous meetings, by the way, between these two teams. First meeting all time against North Royalton. If they were to play Massillon Washington in the state championship, they had a meeting at a summer shootout a couple of years ago, but have never played Massillon Washington. And it is worth noting that matchup against Lima Senior, a month ago, was the first meeting all time against the Spartans. Westerville North is the only team in the OCC Capital that is still alive as we get to these state semis. And again, eliminated Big Walnut in the district final to Westerville South. Worthington Kilbourne eliminated in the district final. I said that already. Thank you. Kilbourne lost to Big Walnut in a play-in game. There were 3 of those kind of sectional finals play-in games. Westerville South lost to, Westerville South lost to Westerville North, 71-52 in a regional semi. Dublin Scioto lost to Licking Heights in the district semis. And on the Division I side, Delaware Hayes, they gave Jeff Quackenbush all they could handle at Newark before coming up short, 50-44. That was a 23 against a 2. And Delaware Hayes gave him a major scare. Westland, after a thrilling win against Groveport Madison in round 1, lost to Olentangy Berlin in a district final. final 60-51 at Ohio Dominican. The winner of this game will play in the state championship game tomorrow at 12 p.m. at the University of Dayton, about 20 minutes from here. If Westerville North is in that game, we will have it for you. We'll go on the air at 11:25 with the North Star Family Dental pregame show. I can tell you with confidence it'll either be number 2 Massillon Washington or it'll be number 1 Lima Senior. Those two teams will tip off about a half hour after this one ends, slated right now for 1 p.m. this afternoon here at Wright State. Here are those keys to victory for New Albany, or for North Royalton rather. They got to value the basketball. Warriors forcing 18 turnovers a game, only forced 9 against New Albany, still won, but they've had, and New Albany had opportunities because they valued the basketball. Really, that's the storyline whenever you play Westerville North, and I think North Royalton's going to have to hit shots. Maybe they play through 6'8" center Nolan Klingbeil a little bit to open up some better looks on the perimeter. For Westerville North, they want to lean on their experience. Shan Trusley said we learned last year how to win and how to win at the highest level. They want to win the battle of the boards today. He talked so much about effort and attitude. He said, Rick, those are the two things we can control. They've got to hit the free ones. They've had a couple of bad nights in the postseason, including a 4 of 12 at the stripe. They shoot them at a 69% during the year. In terms of turnovers, they want to force them, and they want to value the basketball themselves. They average less than 10 turnovers a game, and Shan Trusley has talked to us about how important it is for this team to pave their own path with a new identity, with guys in new roles and new responsibilities. He said, I told our coaches I don't want to get into a comparison between this year's team and last year's. He said, comparison is the thief of joy, and at 25-1 on the year, it's probably fair to say that this team has in fact paved their own identity. There has been plenty of joy as they head into this afternoon's state semifinal, a win away from playing for the state championship. They're going to have the national anthem here at Wright State University. We'll take our final timeout, and we are throwing the basketball up next with the Mike McCoy Remax Impact opening tip. It's Westerville North and North Royalton. This is the Westerville North Sports Network. Is an investment advisor represent. Mark Kavanik and State Street Advisors is the official financial advisor sponsor of the Westerville North Sports Network, conveniently located at 647 Meadow Road in Westerville. Mark Kavanik and State Street Advisors is ready to equip you with a comprehensive evaluation of your current financial state to assist you in planning for your future. State Street Advisors will help guide you in formulating a series of achievable steps that can help you reach your objectives. Mark Kavanik and State Street Advisors is the official financial advisor sponsor of the Westerville North Sports Network. Phone 614-895-2584 or visit statestreetadvisors.com to learn more. Mark Kavanik is an investment advisor representative offering securities and advisory services through Cetera Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer and registered investment advisor. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity. State Street Advisors will. National anthem means we're just about set to play basketball here at Wright State University. It's 22-5 North Royalton. It's 25-1 Westerville North. Rick Cooper, Ricky Cooper, Price Cooper, Ty Cooper, and our entire Westerville North Sports Network broadcast team. It's great to have you with us. We will count you down and bring you this one. And if there is a state championship game involving Cardinal and Gold we'll have that game for you tomorrow. Noon is the scheduled Mike McCoy Remax Impact tip time. We would go on the air at 11:25 with the North Star Family Dental pregame show if, in fact, Westerville North is in that basketball game. What else can we tell you as we get you set for this one today? First of two, it will be Lima Senior and Massillon Washington in the second state semifinal, and then later today they'll have the Division I games. Pickerington Central is here, Hilliard Bradley is here. The Jags and the Tigers will play at 7:30 in the second Division I state semifinal, and the first state semifinal of the day is Cincinnati Princeton against Lakewood St. Ed's is the Division I state semifinal number one. They are going to introduce the teams. I think everybody going to get introduced for this state semifinal. I can tell you the referees in tonight's game. Don Reese is our referee, 35 years of experience. Paul Philippi is our U1, 16 years. And Ben Shemigelski, say that 10 times, 16 years, is our U2. All three of those guys are out of the Cleveland area, and between them, they have some 67 years of basketball officiating experience. Some of the numbers that may interest you on Westerville North in this postseason, they're scoring 77.8 points a game, giving up 50.2. That's plus 27.6. The Warriors 56% from the field. They're allowing opponents to shoot at 47%. Westerville North 49% from three-point range, 39 of 79, and they're averaging 9.8 made threes a game. Opponents shooting 38% behind the arc. Don't overlook or just let me read that stat. They are 39 of 79 behind the arc in, 4 tournament games coming into tonight. They're only at 55% at the charity stripe. Again, they've been at 70 much of the year in the regular season, so that's a little bit of a concern. Opponents actually shooting better at the stripe in this postseason. Remember, opponents were only shooting about 52% at the charity stripe during the regular season, and we attributed that to the fatigue after the pressure that Westerville North puts on you for 32 minutes. But ironically, in the postseason, it's North that's at 55 and their opponents are at 65%. Warriors +4 in rebounding margin. Boy, they have really done a good job distributing the basketball. 20 assists a game in the 4 tournament games, 12 steals, 1 block, and they are valuing the basketball almost at a record-setting pace. They only turn it over 6 times a game, and they are forcing their opponents into 18 miscues. But that number just a little bit deceptive. They turned Briggs over 30 times in that first meeting. Westerville South and New Albany have done a much, much better job handling the Westerville North pressure. So they have done the introductions, and it looks like we're just about set to play basketball. It should tell you that tonight's opening tip is brought to you exclusively by Mike McCoy and his team at Remax Impact. Like the Warriors, the Mike McCoy team of Westerville uses integrity and determination to help you buy or sell your next home. If you want a winning team when it comes to real estate, check out the Mike McCoy team, 440 Polaris Parkway in Westerville. Visit MikeMcCoy.remax.com to learn more. Mike McCoy and Remax Impact are the exclusive sponsor of today's opening tip. So just about set. Westerville North will be the home team and will wear the white uniforms with the cardinal numbers and some gold trim. New Albany, the visitors, in black uniforms with purple numbers. North will go left to right in this first half, and Tony Cornett controls the opening tip. Tyson Perkins runs it down right in front of us, and we are underway with the state semifinals. Little pick and pop to Damian King. Underneath, Tony got loose, cutting to the rim for 2. Somebody missed an assignment. They were late getting to Tony Cornett. Cut right across the middle and was wide open. There's a steal by Medhani. Loose is Damian King. Make that Perkins. And Perkins had to run it down. Medhani around the perimeter to McCree. Guarded there by Bunsey. Little step back. Three is right there. 5-0 Westerville North. As Elijah McCree and Tony Cornett with the first two baskets, and North turns them over again. Medhani, right baseline, Tyson, underneath Damian King, and Nick Lapsevich calls an immediate timeout. Not sure you can start any better in 54 seconds than a 7-0 advantage. 3 turnovers, 3 baskets, and a lot of trouble in North Royalton, Ohio. Nick Lapsevich has called the Sheets timeout. 7:06 to play in this first quarter. Westerville North 7, North Royalton nothing. As you listen to the 2026 Division II state semifinals here on the Westerville North Sports Network. Get great tasting food made to order with only the freshest ingredients. Enjoy what you want when you want it. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at Sheets. You can order online at sheets.com. Tonight's insurance agent of the game is Kyle Haskins with Geico Insurance, conveniently located on Sancus Boulevard. Kyle Haskins and Geico Insurance are here to serve you and your family and save you money while providing excellent insurance coverage. Remember, Kyle Haskins and Geico Insurance, they are tonight's insurance agent of the game. Stephan Family Dental is tonight's dentist of the game. You and your family will appreciate convenient hours, even evening hours. Their convenient location in Westerville on Westerview Drive. Visit StephanFamilyDental.com to learn more. 7-0 Westerville North. North Royalton still bringing it in underneath their own basket out of the Nick Lapsevich timeout. Trying to stop the bleeding. They get it across the timeline with Bunsey as that big brace on that left knee after the ACL tear during football. Suleiman picked up his dribble. Goes left wing here right in front of us to Lincoln Lee. Lee with the right hand to the top of the key. Now drops it off to Escano. Antonio Escano, their leading scorer. Back to Suleiman. Little pick and pop. A 2-man game. And underneath the finger roll up and in by Nolan Klingbeil. 6'8" center in the books with his first 2. Right side, McCree just hit a 3. So Jacob Medhani, I beg your pardon, just tripled from the right wing. Westerville North advantage is 8. It's 10-2. 6:13 to play in the quarter. Left side, Escano's 3 never got there. Klingbeil cleaned up the trash and put it in. Blocked partially out of the hand of Escano. Klingbeil saw it coming up short, grabbed it, was in the right place to pick it off and lay it in. Medhani, long jumper from 17, missed badly, and Suleiman a defensive rebound. The Bears are within 6, 10-4, 5:45 to play in the quarter. Top of the key, it's Antonio Escano looking for a friend and hands it off to Suleiman, who will bring it back out and reset between the circles. Suleiman picked up by Tyson Perkins. Klingbeil, 6'8" center at the left elbow. Back to Suleiman, and they're going to get steps on Suleiman, who doesn't like the call. Kind of danced a little bit. I think what started it was a little bump by one of the Westerville North bigs. So they collided a little bit, kind of displaced him, but I thought it was a good no call by the men in stripes, but it kind of set Suleiman off balance and forced a turnover. 10-4, Westerville North, 5:18 to play opening quarter. Saturday morning hoops presented by Krieger Ford. McCree, top of the key, came off of a screen and caught it and fired another one. Elijah with a half dozen. This is a 9-point basketball game. Lincoln Lee left side, one of their better three-point shooters, no good. Tony a rebound, long outlet to Tyson. Tyson to the other end for 2. Tyson with his first 2. Ball hardly bounced in transition there. Westerville North double-digit lead for the first time, 15-4. 4:40 to play, first quarter. Escano, top of the key. Suleiman got a good look, good box out there by Damian King, and they're going to say it went off of Westerville North and it'll stay here. So good job by King. Klingbeil didn't grab it, but apparently somebody wearing Cardinal and gold punched it out of bounds. But Damian King going to have to work his tail off against the size of Nolan Klingbeil. Escano got the step, but Tony Cornett took a shot below the belt, but contested. Ball loose and finally taken away by Elijah McCree. McCree looking to push to Tony. Back to Elijah, right hand of the right wing. They're going to get an illegal screen. Tony was late coming out to set the screen, trying to let McCree go from top of the key to the right wing, and they ring him up there. First on Elijah, and the first on Westerville North. First on either team with 4:15 to play in this opening quarter. Westerville North just joining us, jumped out to a 7-0 advantage. 54 seconds in, they lead 15-4. They're fronting Klingbeil, and that ball went out of bounds back to Westerville North. North Royalton players doing a lot of talking right now. Suleiman talked on the last possession. Klingbeil thought he was held there. The scouting report, the plan of attack, Westerville North going to front Nolan Klingbeil. Damian King did a good job there. They tried to throw it over King and overthrew Klingbeil. Top of the key, McCree. This time off a King screen is 3-0, and a rebound flat-footed to Suleiman for North Royalton. Right baseline. Bunsey, I think that is. Yes, left side, 3, Escano, no good, and Klingbeil this time, nobody boxed him out, he makes him pay. Second field goal for Klingbeil, 4 points, 15-6. Westerville North as Tyson had it punched loose from behind, and they're going to say it went back to North Royalton, I think. Or no, they're going to say it was punched out by a bear. It'll stay here. Suleiman is going to sit down. They have only been playing 6 guys in this postseason. They played 8. Michael DeSenza, Dom Grudadoria are their 7th and 8th men, but not a lot in the postseason as Damian King got loose on an inbounds and went to the left hand and laid it in. Back up to the biggest lead of the game. I say all that to say Dylan McCausland has checked in for Suleiman. Nate Roman and Des O'Canny to the table. They'll come in for Westerville North as penetrating on that right baseline was 23 Lincoln Lee and was in some trouble, fading out of bounds. He threw it off one of the Warriors. It will allow O'Canny and Roman to check in as sitting down Tyson Perkins and Damian King. Westerville North 17, North Royalton 6, 3:02 to play in the opening quarter. Long outlet to the safety valve between the circles, McCausland. Out to Escano. Again, Des O'Canny this time with the duties fronting Klingbeil, really banging underneath are Nolan Klingbeil and Desmond O'Canny. Top of the key looked like a walk there as Bunsey was late putting that plant foot down, and he threw it away anyway. Didn't ring him up for the travel, but tried to find Klingbeil underneath and got stolen by Westerville North. Warriors up 11. Right side, Medhani fading, and he just hit a 3. 6 for Jacob Medhani on 2 triples. His 30th and 31st three-pointers of the season. And this is a 14-point basketball game as we near 2 minutes to play. McCausland attacks hard on the baseline and ended up throwing it into press row. Was about 6 feet over the head of the intended receiver as he attacked right baseline and tried to go to the left wing. And another turnover and a Sheets timeout by North Royalton. 2:09 to play, opening quarter. Westerville North 20 and North Royalton 9. As you listen to the 2026 Division II state semifinals here on the Westerville North Sports Network. It is a Sheets timeout. Professional truck drivers earn points with the new My Sheets Rewards program. Why the Sheets not? Receive a free fountain drink or coffee each and every time you stop in and purchase 25 gallons of fuel. Visit Sheets.com for all of the details. Empirical Sound and Lighting is the official sound and lighting company of the Westerville North Sports Network, serving Cleveland for more than 50 years. They now serve the Columbus area as well, and they provide audiovisual services for weddings, receptions, ceremonies, seminars. Consider Empirical Sound and Lighting for your next live event. Visit empiricalsound.com. 20-6, Westerville North by 14. McCree thought about a 3 three on the right wing, coming out of the timeout. Instead, pounds it on the floor and shoots a 17-footer just past the left elbow. No good. Bunsey on the run in transition. Klingbeil caught it in midair and put it in. O'Canny thought he had a pretty good box out, was looking for the loose ball foul as Klingbeil went right over top of him, and a left side three is up and in. Tony Cornett just tripled. So Tony with 5. The lead is 15. North is led by as many as 16. Under 90 seconds to play in the quarter. Tyson Perkins at the table as Klingbeil catches it at the right elbow. Back to the basket. Hands it off to Suleiman. Checked there by Medhani off a little pick and pop. Tried to hit Klingbeil, then dive into the rim. Off the mark, but it ends up in the hands of Suleiman. Suleiman into the lane. Little 8-footer, no good. Offensive rebound. 3 by Lincoln Lee is no good. And a rebound to Westerville North. Warriors on a 3-on-2 advantage. Medhani, Tony underneath, had it blocked up close. Rebound O'Canny. Warriors will bring it back out with under a minute to play in the quarter. Right side, McCree stepped into a 3, no good. And Suleiman another flat-footed rebound. Suleiman, they will play through him an awful lot. Race down the floor, numbers not there. He'll bring it back out and reset as Klingbeil tried to skip it. Fortunate to get to Bunsey. Bunsey back to Klingbeil, lost his footing and missed it up close. Rebound Westerville North. Under a half minute to play, and they're going to call a foul on the floor here as Antonio Escano tried to draw a charge against Tony Cornett. And that's a big call by the men in stripes, because had that been called on Tony, it would have been a second. So 27.1 to play as Tyson will bring it in. And they are going to bring in Michael DeSenza here at the end of the quarter. We told you kind of a 7th or 8th man that has not seen a lot of minutes in this postseason. They get it to Tyson. Tyson, the inbounder, goes to the right baseline, fired a 3, no good, and a rebound at North Royalton. Under 20 to play in the quarter. 23-8 Westerville North. North Royalton races down the floor. North back in transition. Looks like the Bears are going to play for the final shot. 7 in the quarter. Into the lane. Suleiman skips it right baseline. Vince DeSenza's 3, no good. And Damian King, or make that Tony, grabs a defensive rebound. And that's how the first quarter is going to end. Well, in terms of going any better, I don't think you could go any better. 7-0, 54 seconds in, and Westerville North puts 23 points on the board here in this opening quarter, and they lead 23-8 at the end of one. You may know Alexis Coleman is the former Westerville Meyer cake girl, but did you know that Alexis Coleman recently launched her own business? She calls it Cake Coven. It's a bakery that specializes in custom cakes, and in particular buttercream designs. If you've got an idea for a cake, Alexis Coleman and Cake Coven can make it a reality. You can check out some of their incredible designs. Toy Story, K-pop, SpongeBob. Again, if you've got an idea, she can make it happen. Extremely easy to work with, and there's nobody better. You can use the promo code WNBB10. You can find her online. You can also find her right now by searching Cake Coven Confections on Facebook to learn a lot more about our good friend Alexis Coleman. Westerville North, 9 of 15 from the field in the first half, 60% first quarter. Thank you, Rick Cooper. 5 of 9 on threes for 56%. The Bears are 4 of 15 for 27%, and they are 0 of 7 from way downtown in the first 8 minutes. It has been all Westerville North. North Royalton with it to start the second, and they're going to get a reach in as Bunsey tried to work on that right side, and they're going to get Desmond O'Canny for displacing him a little bit. Desmond O'Canny displaces a lot of guys, and he's going to displace even more at Morehead State down in Morehead, Kentucky next season, where he will play college football. And O'Canny working, trying to keep Klingbeil here, who Same side block on the inbound was trying to get the basketball. They'll instead go to Escano. Escano right side, right wing, guarded by Nate Roman, the senior, at a career-high 11 in a tournament game earlier in this postseason. 23-8 Westerville North, little pick and pop. It's Bunsey, now to Klingbeil, left side, good rotation. Suleiman, a good attempt, and Damian King grabs the rebound. That was good ball movement there. Swung it from side to side and got a pretty good attempt, but just could not finish, and a good box out by Damian King to finish the defensive possession. Westerville North swings it, and Nate Roman just hit a three. Same exact possession at the other end. Ball in a big's hand on one side, defense helping. They swing it to the other side, and Nate Roman, unlike the North Royalton guard, able to put it in. Some penetration by Suleiman, sets up a three by Escano, and he put it in. Boy, if you're a North Royalton fan, you hope seeing one of them go in maybe helps a little bit. North is led by as many as 17. Lead is 15, about a minute and 15 into this second quarter, and Nate Roman, that pass deflected out of his hand by Bunsey as he tried to go left wing. It'll stay here, went out of bounds right in front of Nick Lapsevich on that New Albany bench. Roman is going to stay in. Tyson checks back in. Tyson Perkins returns with two as Elijah McCree sits down with 2 threes and 6 points, 26-11. As they go to the middle of the floor to O'Canny, little high-low action with Damian King. Klingbeil blocked his shot. Damian got an offensive rebound, and they're going to get a block on Nolan Klingbeil, who I like to call Damian after he grabbed it, tried to power bomb him a little bit. And it was on Klingbeil, right? I'm looking in this building where they're posting fouls. Klingbeil was the guy there, the guilty party. First on Klingbeil, first on the team. 6.5 to play, first half. He's big, I'll tell you that. Just blocked one of the shots by Damian up near the rim with relative ease. They'll bring it back out and reset. Northville 26-11 as we near 6 minutes to play in the half. Crossover right side by Tyson, and he lost the basketball to Escano. Escano races to the other end and beats Roman to the rim for two. So 5 quick ones for Antonio Escano. And it's a 13-point game. They've got a good double team on Tyson on the baseline in the corner, and he gets out of it. Ends up in the hands of Medhani. Damian King out there to set a screen. Medhani back to Damian inside the lane. Ball on the floor, and a jump ball, I think, is going to be called, and the possession arrow is going to keep it here. McCree, a short breath. The break is right back into the game. Nate Roman will sit down. Good minutes for Nate Roman. Honorable mention all-league selection. You had 11 in that first-round win against Briggs. Number 19 Briggs was a nail-biter, 91-48 in round one. I guess a nail-biter compared to last year. Who'd they beat last year in round one, Coop? They beat them by 77 points. Who was it? Columbus Whetstone. It's an M&M is what Dickie V would say. That's a mismatch. Right baseline. Tyson attacked, but it was blocked by Suleiman. Taken away by the Bears. They find themselves down 13. 5.5 to play in this first half. Tyson hounding Escano to Lincoln Lee. Left baseline. Suleiman's three is right there. Well, the North Royalton fans with a little something to cheer about. They've made it a 10-point game. Right side, it's Tyson. They play in zone right now, aren't they, Coop? Left side, McCree just hit a three. The long two. The 2-3 zone for Elijah McCree. He's got 9 points. As at the other end, 3 by Escano is no good. Rebound, Klingbeil. A reset with 4:49 to play. 29-16, Westerville North by 13, but North Royalton has seen a few go in. A little bit of momentum for the team in black and purple. Underneath Suleiman, had an advantage against Tyson, but he could not hit the little 8-foot turnaround. Came up short, rebound Damian King for Westerville North. Tyson Perkins into the lane, sets up Tony. 2 dribbles, 17-footer is right there. Boy, when Tony Cornett is hitting that, your day is done, because he can beat you around the rim, beat you on the three-point line, and now he can put it on the rack and beat you from 17. 31-16, halfway point of this second quarter, as Escano got space, had a screener out there. Not sure how much the screener actually helped, but kind of caught the attention of the defense, gave Escano a little bit of room as McCree's three no good, and Suleiman on the backside grabs the defensive rebound, and I think Nick Lapsevich is going to call a timeout, and he does with 3:48 to play in this first half. It is a Sheets Bears timeout. Again, get great tasting food made to order with only the freshest ingredients. Why the Sheets not? Enjoy what you want, when you want it, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's Sheets. You can order online at Sheets.com. They are proud to support Central Ohio high school sports here on the Westerville North Sports Network. Oasis City Church is tonight's church of the game. 2 locations, including the new one on North Spring Road, right across from Heritage Middle School in Westerville North. Visit OasisCityChurch.com. And a big thank you to Jason's Deli, the official deli of the Westerville North Sports Network. A long outlet off the inbounds. Threw it from underneath the north basket to the other end and taken away by Tony. Tony right back. Another mid-range jumper. This one comes up short from about 17 on the right wing. Rebound to North Royalton. McCloston has checked in. McCloston had something on the nose to start this game, little apparatus to protect the nose, and has gotten rid of that already in the second quarter. Said heck with that. Warriors turn it over. Tony blocked it at the other end, but they're going to say it was a goaltend. And who put it in? Was it McCausland or was it 23? It was 23 Lincoln Lee that put it in. Once that ball hit the backboard first, and then Tony got his paws on it, so I think the right call, and that goaltend is going to make it a 10-point game. Really pivotal final 3 minutes of the first half. They find Medhani in the middle against that zone, no good, and a defensive rebound to North Royalton. Bears could cut it to single digits here. 31-21, 2:50 to play. Lamont Tillman screaming instructions from that north sideline. Warriors want to stop here, and they get one, or did they? Punch loose initially. Right baseline, Escano's three, no good. Bunsey, an offensive rebound. Boy, did he use that offhand, kind of hit Tyson right in the face as that jumper pinballs around and put it in. It was 23 Lincoln Lee. Boy, I thought Bunsey got away with near murder around that right block. Felt like he had an advantage against Tyson and kind of hooked him and then elbowed him in the mug. 31-23, 2:12 to play first half. CME Federal Credit Union halftime report is fast approaching. Right side, McCree, a three, no good, and a rebound on that backside, and it goes out of bounds to North Royalton. Shan Trusley is going to call a full timeout to talk things over. It's a Sheets timeout. 2:03 to play in this first half. A little bit of momentum for the team from North Royalton, Ohio. They are within 8 after trailing by as many as 17 in this opening half. It's a Sheets timeout. Get great tasting food made to order with only the freshest ingredients. Enjoy what you want, when you want it. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at Sheets. I would say this. The zone has been fruitful for North Royalton. It has been extremely fruitful. Westerville North kind of one and done first and foremost. They've not hit shots. They really haven't made them pay in the middle of the floor a whole heck of a lot. I remember a high-low possession, which was valuable with Medhani and Damian King. But, boy, if I'm Nick Lapsevich, I'm thinking about playing a lot more zone and a lot less man in this second half. Firehouse subs, boy, they fed us like kings on our way out of Columbus yesterday. Crystal Rachel and the rest of the outstanding team at Firehouse Subs gave us a pre-tournament meal. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Clark, we're going to be eating Firehouse Subs all weekend. You can sign up for their emails and get 50% off their first online order. Download the Firehouse Subs app or visit firehousesubs.com to learn more today. We also say thanks to the Rusty Bucket, where the neighborhood eats, drinks, and laughs on Polaris Parkway just east of Cleveland Avenue. Again, they throw over the pressure as we come out of the timeout, and this time they complete it to Escano, who will bring it back out to Suleiman. Huge possession here. 8-point game. Klingbeil hands it off to Antonio Escano, working against Medhani, got to the rim, no, and Klingbeil caught it in midair and put in two more. Well, Lawrence Pack and Shan Trustley said it may be the best big that they have seen all season. And now all of a sudden, this is a 6-point basketball game. McCree to try to stop the bleeding. His runner no good, and it's taken out of there by Bunsey. North Royalton 2-on-2. Escano to the rim, and he missed it on the run on the right side. Tyson looking to push. Numbers. Damian King beat the big man to the rim for two. Half dozen for Damian. Huge bucket for Westerville North. It does stop the bleeding. 33-25 with exactly a minute to play in the half. Bunsey off that ACL tear. 10-0 with North Royalton since he returned on February 13th with it. Left wing Lee, make that Escano. Now back to Bunsey. His three does not score a lot, no good. And Tony flying into the lane grabs the defensive rebound. 33-25, CME Federal Credit Union halftime report is coming up. We'll take a look at tonight's first half stats. Quaker Steak and Lube, first half stats. 8-point game, half minute to play. North Royalton in that 2-3 zone, trying to come out a little bit to try to force some 5-second counts. Bunsey, one of their defensive stoppers, is out there guarding Tyson. 15 to play. Tyson to Medhani. He'll go right back to Tyson for the final possession as Bunsey just took it away. And Bunsey's going to get to the other end, and Tyson blocked his shot. 3 seconds to play. Escano steals it back. His three at the buzzer, no. Boy, what a wild sequence of events. North trying to hold it for one. They take it away from Tyson. Tyson blocks Bunsey at the other end. North turns it right back over, and Escano had a three-pointer to beat the buzzer. It missed everything. Nick Lapsevich having words with the men in stripes on his way to the locker room. But right now, boy, an entertaining first half. When about 15 minutes ago, you would have yelled, time to fire up the bus to the folks from North Royalton, but all of a sudden, North Royalton looks at the scoreboard and says, we just went on a 17-10 run in this second quarter, and the Bears find themselves right back in this basketball game, down just 8 as we head to the intermission and the CME Federal Credit Union halftime report. Halftime here at Wright State University, the Nutter Center. It is Westerville North trying to win for a 21st straight time, trying to get to the state championship game for the third time in school history. And right now they lead at the intermission 33-25. Coming up, the CME Federal Credit Union halftime report. We'll give you again the Quaker Steak and Lube first half stats. We'll give you every number that we've got. Ben Pack on that Westerville North bench with a new app providing lots of interesting numbers as well. We'll share those with you. At halftime all season long, we have been thrilled to get to share some money-saving tips for you and your family on this CME Federal Credit Union Money-Saving Minute. CME Federal Credit Union provides hometown service and financial options designed to help members thrive. They have 5 locations in Central Ohio Ohio, including a location at 428 South State Street in Westerville. You can learn more at cmefcu.org. And again, without any further ado, we present to you tonight's CME Federal Credit Union Money Saving Minute.
Hi, Cassie here with the CME Money Saving Minute. Want to stretch your dollars without sitting on the bench? Keep an eye on everyday spending, like coffee, snacks, or streaming, because those small costs add up fast. Setting a budget for extras can free up money for bigger goals, like vacations or college savings. CME Federal Credit Union has tools to make budgeting easy. Learn more at cmefcu.org.
Our mission is one of hope. Since 1896, every day of every year, Volunteers of America has been feeding the elderly, helping troubled youth, sheltering the homeless, and restoring hope to more than 1 million people a year. Find out what you can do. Call 1-800-899-0089 or visit volunteersofamerica.org. Ready? Not.
Your body's been ready for quite some time.
Ready?
But not your mind. You have lots to do before you have a baby. But don't forget to take folic acid today and every day to prevent birth defects one special day. So when all of you is ready, that baby of yours will be ready to take on the world. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Ready? Not ready.
Well, back here at Wright State University, the Nutter Center, first of two Division II state semifinals. Rick Cooper, the Westerville North Sports Network. Boy, we're thrilled you decided to tune in with us, and we hope we have a reason to fellowship a little koinonia with you tomorrow at noon Eastern Time when they play the Division II state championship at the University of Dayton. It'll be the winner of this game against the winner of Lima Senior and Massillon Washington. Those two teams are slated to play at 1 o'clock this afternoon in this building. So a little different setup this year, where last year North played in this building on a Sunday, came back 5 days later to play in the state championship game. This year they voted with the coaches apparently, although when I talked to Quincy Simpson at Lima Senior about it, I said, well, this is what the coaches voted. He said, Rick, I didn't vote for this. I don't know what you're talking about, but it is a quick turnaround. It makes it obviously challenging as a play-by-play guy, and I'll just give you a nugget into the life of a play-by-play guy. We had to reach out to Lima Senior and Massillon Washington, and we are at the mercy of those coaches at that point. We're going to tell this story throughout the weekend. We're like, yeah, we may not win, you may not win, but there's a chance both of us may win. Will you help us out? And we send this mega questionnaire and do phone interviews and ask for their stats and what they ate for breakfast. And I tell you what, it's a testament to Josh Host at Massillon Washington, Quincy Simpson at Lima Senior. They were absolutely outstanding to work with. And it's going to be a late night for coaches that win today and play tomorrow. It'll be a late night for this play-by-play guy and his broadcast crew. But as we talked with Shan Trustley and joked, we think we'll have the adrenaline, all of us, coaches, players, announcers, to find another 32 minutes in the arsenal tomorrow afternoon, if there is a tomorrow afternoon. This is the CME Federal Credit Union halftime report. For 90 years, CME has proudly served Central Ohio with trusted service and community support. And at CME, community means everything. You can learn more at cmefcu.org. We'll give you scoring numbers first here at the intermission. We'll start with North Royalton. Boy, maybe the story in that first half, two guys. I thought Antonio Escano caught fire in that second quarter, had 5 quick ones, a 3 and a 2, ended up hitting another 3. He had 8 points. He and Klingbeil, I tell you how Nolan Klingbeil has scored most of his baskets. He's catching the ball in midair on misses around the rim, and boy, he's punishing Westerville North on any possession that they do not box out. He had has 8 points. They got 4 in the first half from Lincoln Lee, and Omar Suleiman hit a three-pointer in that first half. Interesting nugget. Neither of these teams have attempted a free throw in the first 16 minutes of basketball, and according to our numbers, there have been a grand total, I think 4 fouls have been called in this basketball game is what we've got. I'm looking up at the board for Westerville North. I've got, Tony with a foul, and they've got McCree with no fouls up there on the board. So I may be wrong with that. It may be 3 fouls that have been called in this basketball game in the first 16 minutes. For Westerville North, 9 for Elijah McCree. He tripled 3 times in that first half. It's 93rd, 94th, and 95th made 3 of the year. They get a half dozen from Medhani on 2 triples. Kind of an X factor. You look at this team, and he's the 4th or 5th option, right? There's guys here to my left from Massillon, Washington, and they're watching Medhani spray threes. And exactly what are you going to do with this basketball team when he's doing that? That's going to be a problem. Damian King with a half dozen. Tony has 7, and Tyson has 2. And as we said, nobody has attempted a free throw for Westerville North, and nobody on either team is in any kind of foul trouble. North led by as many as 17. They led by 15 at the end of 1, 23-8, but North Royalton wins that second quarter 17-10, and it takes us to our halftime score of Westerville North 33 and North Royalton 25. Some individual numbers that may interest you. Westerville North 13 of 26, let's do team numbers. 13 of 26, 50%. North Royalton 11 of 31 for 35%. Westerville North 7 of 13 on threes, 54%. North Royalton 3 of 15, only 20%. That's the bad news. The good news is they were 0 of 7 in that first quarter. So they did hit, if you're a North Royalton fan, they hit 3 of 8 threes in that second quarter for 38%. And the great equalizer, right? I mean, they got back into this game with a couple of those threes and with Klingbeil around the rim. In terms of turnovers, the Bears have turned it over 8 times, and Westerville North has turned it over 6. Elijah McCree, 9 points, 3 of 9 shooting, 3 of 7 on threes, has a steal and an assist. Tony has 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting, has made his only 3, has 4 rebounds and a steal and an assist. And Damian King on 3 of 4 shooting, 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. So those are some of your numbers. Those are your Quaker Steak and Lube halftime stats. Quaker Steak and Lube is the best place in town for hot wings, cold beverages, and the hottest sports action. Quaker Steak and Lube on Lyra Drive, where you can enjoy all-you-can-eat bone-in wings every Tuesday for just $22. We have not had a free Tuesday in about 4 months, but I can make a promise to you, if you want an autograph session, a few photos with Rick Cooper and the Westerville North Sports Network, you are going to find us at Quaker Steak and Lube on a Tuesday night, and I'm going to make a promise to you, Coop, we are going to be there for quite a while. We're not going anywhere. They will let you sit there all day and eat chicken wings. So thank you to Quaker Steak and Lube, and that puts a wrap on the CME Federal Credit Union halftime report. Big thank you to the team at CME Federal Credit Union. CME is there to support every step of your financial journey. You can discover more at CMEFCU.org. I tell you, as you listen to all of these commercials during the broadcast, and we encourage you to support these people. We have not charged a dime to listen, watch anything with Westerville North Athletics. It's not our business model. We believe there's people out there that believe, and they're going to get a blocking foul on Tyson as we start the second half. That's the second time that Bunsey has hit Tyson with an elbow up high and gotten away with it. I thought for sure they were going to ring him up there because that was out in space, and the official had a great vantage point, Don Reese, but just missed the call. Underway here in the third quarter. We would finish that thought. Please support, say thank you to the folks that help us bring you Warriors football and now Warriors basketball all season long. 33-25, Westerville North by by 8. Underway here in the third. Suleiman underneath Klingbeil. Caught it in midair again. No. Got a second attempt and kissed it off the glass and in. Boy, he is determined to not get his shot blocked. He is at 6'8", still trying to catch passes in midair and lay it in the air. Lost it, but got it back and then put it in. Another steal here, and it's going to lead to 2 at the other end. So the Bears on a 4-0 run to start this third quarter, and they have closed to within 4. 33-29. 7:05 to play in the third, and what? They're going to get a foul out there on Suleiman. Here's an interesting spot. North was in this spot in the fourth quarter 3 times against New Albany. Found themselves only up a possession. They're up 4 here. Into Tony, and what? They're going to get a foul on... Getting Bunsey. Going to get Bunsey on something illegal on the inbound. Second on Bunsey, second on the team. They lob it in, and it's intercepted. It was Tyson that threw it in, and Bunsey able to take it away. 4-point game. Lincoln Lee was thinking 3 to try to cut it to 1 and lost the basketball. Taken away by Tony, and they're going to say it went out of bounds off Tony's foot, and it's going to go back to North Royalton. Boy, we'll not see that a lot. It was Tony Cornett against Omar Suleiman, one-on-one in open space, and Tony just lost the pumpkin. 33-29, 6:40 to play third quarter. Bunsey across the timeline to the right wing. Diving to the rim was Klingbeil. Ended up stopping about 8 feet away. Kicked it over to Lincoln Lee. Back to Bunsey. Right side, Suleiman stepped into a 3, missed badly, and a flat-footed rebound to Tyson. It's a 3-on-2, and Tyson had it stolen from behind, and then Tyson took it back. Tony! Wham! With a right hand! Again. What a wild sequence, and it ended up in the hands of Tyson after they had stolen it from him from behind. They get it to Tony, and he rams it in with the right hand, and Sham Trustley going to talk at a timeout, calls a Sheets timeout with 6:13 to play. Sham Trustley has done a lot of this the second half of the season. I like it. I told those of you that follow us game in after game, I had a college coach that was a buddy of mine up in Michigan, won a bunch of national championships, and he liked to call timeouts after positive plays. So North Royalton, a couple of buckets, maybe a little bit of panic from folks back in Westerville. Sham Trustley doesn't choose to use it, but does after a monstrous Tony Cornett jam, and I think there's something about that. That's kind of the demeanor of Sham Trustley. We're going to accentuate the positive. I'm going to coach you. I don't doubt who's in charge. I'm going to point things out, but it's always easier to maybe coach after a positive play. There's one thing a couple fans at Lima Senior said to us. Boy, they came up after we were just there watching. They said, you're with Westerville North. They said, we really like your head coach. He doesn't yell at the kids, the way he handles himself. North Royalton with it out of the timeout, and Klingbeil, they're going to call him for steps as he and Damian King collided. No argument from Nick Lapsevich on that North Royalton bench. There looked to be contact there, didn't there? Boy, they displaced the big fella. Down goes Klingbeil, and they call him for steps after the contact. Underneath, Damian King, muscled no, but he'll get 2. First free throws of the game coming up. Set up by some dribble drive by one of his guards, and it was McCausland, the undersized, what do they got him, 6-foot guard that was trying to help after the penetration. Damian King power bombed him, led with the left hand, and almost put it in. A couple of free throws, and the first one is up and in. Final weekend of basketball for Damian King. He'll play football for Sham Trustley in the fall, but now everybody early enrolling that plays high school football and goes to play college, so he will go somewhere probably in December or January. So even though listed as a senior or junior, playing his final weekend of hoops as well. 36-29, 7-point game. Klingbeil spins away from King, but had his pocket picked. 2-on-2. Tyson had it blocked at the other end. They want the goaltend, and at the very least, they want the possession of the basketball as it went out of bounds. They're not going to grant the goaltend, as Don Reese, the referee, the senior member of this crew with 35 years, says no on the goaltend, but yes on out of bounds off North Royalton. They'll inbound it here with 5:38 to play. 36-29, left baseline, it's Tyson, picked up by Suleiman. Right of center, it's Tony Cornett, right hand of the right wing. Back out to McCree, left of center, it's Medhani as they pass it around the perimeter. Medhani now to McCree, double team momentarily, left baseline. Tyson stepped into a three, it was a rhythm three and he hit it. For Tyson Perkins, three-pointer number 23. Here's a steal by Westerville North, and Tyson's going to get loose to the rim for two more. 5 quick ones for Tyson Perkins, and it's a Sheets timeout, and it's Nick Lapsevich that wants to stop the bleeding here as the lead back up to double figures. It's at 12, and it's a Sheets timeout with 5:06 to play in this third quarter. I want to say thanks to Mike and Megan Freight and the team at Fitness 19 for sponsoring our scoreboard sponsorship all season long. Boy, it's a family-friendly facility that offers the largest free weight center in Westerville, along with brand new treadmills and professional personal trainers. Fitness 19 is a gym that is geared for results. You can click on the link in the comments section to learn more, to join today. Mike Freight has generously supported what we do on this Westerville North Sports Network for over a decade. Man, if you're looking to do a fitness membership, make that your first stop and support a business that supports North Athletics. 41-29. I want to say thanks again to Stephan Family Dental. They are tonight's dentist of the game. They have been our dentist all season long. 54 Westerview Drive, providing quality family dentistry and putting patients first for more than 40 years. Visit StephanFamilyDental.com. Dr. Zach Stephan, a huge high school sports fan, grew up in the Canton area, loves being a part of this. Klingbeil, right baseline, back to the basket as we're back to basketball. Gets it to Escano, who got the step on Medhani, but Jacob got a piece of the shot from behind. Got the step and a very athletic play with the left hand. Medhani blocked it, and a foul at the other end is going to be a common foul called, I think, on Bunsey. Boy, you can see Bunsey as a football guy. He is aggressive out here. One of the things that Dylan Lakatis was an all-state performer from this program a year ago. His dad and I, high school teammates and friends. He said, boy, Bunsey, kind of the face guarder, really the defensive specialist. Thought he would spend a lot of time on McCree as McCree tried to attack on that left wing, and they're going to say it went out of bounds off of Elijah McCree right in front of us at the table. Boy, they treated us well. We're usually in the Bob Euchre seats because we have to be with our video equipment, but no video allowed here. We're at press row and loving it. Lincoln Lee in transition. His three no good. Rebound King. North looking to push. 4-on-2. Underneath Medhani, making McCree. Caught it in midair but couldn't finish. Rebound, and Klingbeil is loose at the other end and hammers it in. Nolan Klingbeil with a dozen. Back to a 10-point game. We've got 12 minutes and 10 seconds to play in this state semifinal from the Nutter Center at Wright State. Right baseline, tried to get it to Medhani, taken away by Suleiman. North Royalton looking to stop and start in transition with Suleiman, and they're going to get a reach-in foul on Tony Cornett. Probably not a bad foul by Tony. For Tony, I've got him with 2. For Westerville North, it's only his second. It was a good hesitation move by Suleiman. I think got Tony to raise his hips a little bit out in space and may have saved a bucket in a 41-31 game. Damian King has checked out. Des O'Canny somewhere out there. He's under the rim in help defense right now, trying to deal with Klingbeil. Now fronting him. Klingbeil going to come outside to try to set a screen. A little bit illegal on that screen. They didn't call it and maybe the ball doesn't lie as they threw it over the extended hand of the rolling Nolan Klingbeil, and it goes out of bounds back to Westerville North. And just as Tony wasn't set in that first half, I didn't think Klingbeil was in a position to set a screen. Probably should have been an offensive foul anyway. 41-31, under 4 minutes to play third quarter. Left baseline, it's Tony. Back out to Tyson. North Royalton playing man-to-man here as they have picked up the defensive effort. Now Tyson, right side, Medhani steps into a three. Side of the rim, no good. And Bunsey grabs the defensive rebound. So another opportunity to get it back into single digits. Down 10 with 3:15 to play in this third quarter. Left side, it's Escano off a Bunsey screen, picked up by Tyson Perkins. Now Bunsey on the left wing looking for Klingbeil. He caught it and laid it in. I think that one's on Medhani. I don't know about the spacing where Jacob's man was, but if you're going to be fronted, somebody's got to be immediately on that back help side, and Jacob was a little late getting there. 12-footer by Tyson is no good. Defensive rebound, Klingbeil. The Bears are within 8 with 2:45 to play in this third quarter. Escano, left wing, now lobbed underneath to Klingbeil, and they're going to get a foul on Des O'Canny. O'Canny's second. What is that? Second on the team in this third quarter? Third on the team, I beg your pardon. Again, it's not a bad foul by O'Canny because that time he was kind of almost in a three-quarter wrap and was allowing the baseline catch, and once Klingbeil had it, was probably going to go uncontested to the rim. They tried to get it to Klingbeil on the inbound. Tony took it away and had it slapped out of bounds as he raised up at the other end. Good defense at one end, good hustle by Suleiman to contest at the other and not give up the easy two to Tony. 41-33, 2:32 to play third quarter. Tyson Perkins, the junior, out of Genoa Christian Academy, will bring it in. Does so to McCree. McCree got into the lane. A little Euro step around Klingbeil, and he laid it in. First 2-point field goal for McCree into double digits with 11. 3 threes and a 2, and back up to a 10-point game. 43-33. Trying to go left wing. It was intercepted by Tyson. Saved to Medhani. It's a 3-on-1. They never stop basketball. Medhani, no. But he'll get 2. A 3-on-1 here. We'll see who they charge this to. They charge it to Escano. Got all these scoreboards in this building, and they are not posting fouls anywhere. I got a Jumbotron for the ages here, and nowhere in this building are they posting who the foul was on. Medhani just thought, we talked about this in the New Albany game, but if you have the basketball in transition, you don't stop until they stop you. It was a 3-on-1. They never stopped him. Medhani went to the rim, made 1 of 2. Damian grabs the second one on an offensive rebound, sets up a 3 by Perkins, no good, but Tony got another offensive rebound and he laid it in. Tony into double digits, so Cornett and McCree with 11. There's a steal. The turnovers beginning to pile up as they lob it underneath to Tyson Cornett for 2. Points off turnovers. 15-point game. 90 seconds to play in the quarter. Left side, Lincoln Lee. Boy, they need it. No. And Klingbeil did it again. Caught it in midair, laid it in, and Damian King got him with body as well. The foul on Damian is his first. I'm not sure that I have ever seen a guy as big as Klingbeil, so much bigger than everybody else, catch the ball in the midair like this guy does. I mean, this is the kind of stuff when I played in college. I was 5'11 and a half, playing around the rim, fighting for my life, and that's the kind of stuff that guys like me do. But they have... the big fella is doing it. Free throw is no good. Rebound Damian King. So an and one opportunity comes up empty. and it's 48-35 is our score. Minute 15 to play in this third quarter. Left side, Tyson stepped into a three, or at least thought about it. Instead, popping is Medhani. His three no good, and they're going to get a loose ball on Damian King, who's throwing guys around the rim. Boy, you play against Damian King. You deal with him for 32 minutes, and then you feel him, the results of Damian King, for about 3 days. So there is nobody probably that we have seen that in a long time that plays any more physical than Damian King. And Klingbeil plays physical, so those two guys have really got at it. I'd like to see King and O'Canny go at it. O'Canny plays physical as well, but Damian King on most nights is in a league of his own, and Westerville North in this quarter over the limit, and it was, again, picking on Dylan McCausland. Remember, he power-bombed him at the post a minute ago, a few moments ago. McCausland took the brunt of that, so he gets 2 free throws at the other end, and Dylan McCausland splits a pair, so he's in the books with his first point, and it's now 48-36 with exactly a minute to play underneath. McCree sets up Tony for 2 more. Set up by the penetration of McCree. Tyson nearly stole an outlet pass. Fortunate to get to Suleiman. Over to Escano. Right side, Bunsey. Lincoln Lee. Right side, it's a 3 by Klingbeil, and he missed everything. Tony out on the run. Tony went to a right-handed scoop in transition. No. And it goes out of bounds to North Royalton. Well, not maybe the best decision. If Tony shoots 100 of those, he is racing at full speed just to run down the basketball. By the time he grabs it, he's underneath the rim. Probably better just to possess it and dribble the baseline and bring it out. Instead, tried to reverse it, hit the underneath of the backboard, and goes out of bounds. If he shoots 100 of them, maybe he makes 2. 50-36, 14-point game. Little stoppage here, and we're ready to play basketball. Half minute to play. McCree and Medhani behind the timeline applying pressure. They break it. Suleiman was open as he went on the baseline, but didn't know it. Brought it back out underneath. As the little scoop shot is up and in. That's Michael DeSenza, who has not played in 4 games. Got a quick breather, quick break, or quick entry, I should say, in the first half. Gets in here at the end of the quarter as they put Klingbeil on the bench. North Royalton back to the 2-3. 3 seconds to play. Does Tony know it? He does. His 3 grazes the front of the rim. And that's how this third quarter is going to come to an end. Well, Westerville North led by 8 at the intermission. They have extended it. They led by as many as 15 in that third quarter, but they win that third quarter by the score of 17-13, and they lead by a dozen as we head to the fourth and final stanza here at Wright State University. The winner of this game plays for the Division II state championship tomorrow at noon. We're at Wright State University today. There'll be a quiz on all this. They are having some of the smaller Division state championships this afternoon there, and so then we move over right to the Dayton tomorrow. UD Arena, only 2 games there tomorrow. The Division II state championship game at noon local time, and then 3:15 it's the Division I state championship game. So Warriors trying to get there. If they do, we would be on the air at 11:25 local time with the North Star Family Dental pregame show, and it'll be exactly the same setup that you see right now. So we hope you'll tune in and catch all the exciting action of Westerville North basketball. We hope there is a tomorrow. So Warriors are staying the night in Vandalia regardless. And trust Lee, they came in early this morning, so they wanted them in their own beds, but says we're gonna be here tonight. We've got Olive Garden being sent to the hotel, and they're gonna hang out and be here tomorrow regardless, or stay tonight. Kyle Haskins with Geico Insurance is tonight's insurance agent of the game. Sankis Boulevard in Columbus, ready to serve you and save you money as we get back to basketball. And Elijah McCree just put it in, and he was fouled. So who they charge this foul to, Coop? Who they charging it to? Going to go 33 there. They're going to charge it to Nolan Klingbeil. His second, first on the team in the quarter. So 5 minutes, or 5 seconds, I should say, into this fourth quarter. Elijah McCree points 14 and 15, and now give Elijah 16 points in the game, and Westerville North back up by 15, and Tony nearly took the inbounds away. Punched it out of bounds right in front of us as Suleiman was trying to get open. It'll be Lincoln Lee, the 6-foot junior guard. Third-team all-district performer that'll bring it in right in front of us. So to Klingbeil. Back to Lincoln Lee. Left his feet and lived to talk about it, or did he? As Bunsey caught it out near the three-point line. I thought he walked before the bump, kind of a phantom foul, and they're going to call it on whom? Was that Tyson? I still don't understand how you have a state championship here and do not have fouls being put on a scoreboard. It drives me nuts at a local high school game. And now we're at the state semis, and we've got to almost take our headset off or look to a spotter to confirm who the foul is on, as Lincoln Lee hits a little 15-footer on the left baseline. Almost season-saving here. Takes it to 13 as the clock becomes a factor. We're in the fourth quarter. 7:25 to play in this game. Medhani, right baseline, double-teamed. Pass deflected. Fortunate was it to King. King had it. Tony's got it. Tony lost it. Ends up in the hands of Tyson. His 10-footer is right there. Well, Tyson Perkins with 7. 55-40, under 7 minutes to play. They'll play through Klingbeil, middle of the floor. Klingbeil to Escano, goes out and sets a screen. Klingbeil pops on that right wing after setting that screen. Hit a 3 in their regional final win against Brecksville Broadview Heights, so he can shoot it. Ends up in the hands of Bunsey, who threw it away. Saved by Medhani, who nearly lost his footing right at the baseline at the other end, as Tony fouled hard from behind by Bunsey, and he's going to go to the line and get 2. That was a hard foul, an aggressive foul by Bunsey. And that's not on Bunsey. They're going to charge it on 12, Escano. Is that right? Third on Escano. I think it would have been a 4th on Bunsey. And they're going to say that Tony had not begun the process of shooting the basketball. So no free throws. 55-40, Westerville North. 15-point game, 6:25 to play in this game. McCree into the lane to Damian, who went to the left hand. Boy, he's so big, and once he has added that left hand where he can shoot it from the outside, use those shoulders, nearly impossible to deal with around the rim. 3 no good. Offensive rebound for North Royalton. Bunsey no. And finally, they're going to get a loose ball foul on Klingbeil. Second on Klingbeil as he went over the back at Damian King. I got no problem with the effort of Klingbeil, and I got no problem with the box out of Damian King. And boy, young players listen to this broadcast. The official wants to reward that box out. They are looking for ways to reward box outs. So put a butt in the gut and let the official call the loose ball foul, which they did right there. It's a Sheets timeout. Get great tasting food made to order with only the freshest ingredients. Why the Sheets not? One final time, we say thanks to Dr. Zach Steffen and the team at Steffen Family Dental. They are proud supporters of Warriors Athletics. They provide comprehensive treatment plans and thorough communication throughout the process. It leads to outstanding, predictable results. Phone them at 614-794-3629 or online at SteffenFamilyDental.com. One final time, thanks to Mike Freight and the team at Fitness 19. You have seen them on your scoreboard all season long. Fitness 19 offers 24-hour member access so you can work out on your own time. Start with month-to-month membership. Start one right today for $10 down. Click on the link in the comments section to learn more, to join today. Fitness 19 is proud to support Westerville North High School sports. And again, we say thanks to Kate Coven, Alexis Coleman, the former Meyer Cake Girl. Go to Kate Coven Confections and find her on Facebook. Be sure to use the Westerville North $10 promo code. It's WNBB10. They'll give you $10 off. There is nobody in Central Ohio that can design a cake or cupcakes for you in the same galaxy as Alexis Coleman. Again, she was a legend at Meyer and now doing her own thing with Cake Coven Confections. Out of the timeout, Warriors break some pressure, ends up with a jump hook attempt by Tony, and he missed everything, and it goes out of bounds to North Royalton. Broke it, but couldn't punish it. 57-40. Matches the biggest lead in this basketball game. If you're just joining us, Westerville North jumped out 7-0, 54 seconds in, and Klingbeil just threw it away. Klingbeil and Escano trying to break the press behind the timeline, and kind of an unforced error there. Klingbeil kind of right side, tried to go cross court with a bounce pass and threw it into the signage at midcourt. So the lead 17, middle of the floor, King. Back out to Medhani. Thought about a three, probably a good decision not. Chew up a little bit of clock. Tony right wing. Back out to Medhani. Now to King, left side McCree. He'll shoot it and hit. Well, Elijah McCree putting on another shooting exhibition. And this is the biggest lead of the game as it just wears on you. Escano at the other end just hit a three. Escano had those 8 in the second quarter and has kind of been MIA ever since. Hits a three here to take it to 17. 60-43. 5 minutes to play. Medhani at the other end. No good on a three. Damian King, yet another offensive rebound. Fresh possession for the Warriors. McCree, 15 feet away, hits again. Elijah McCree with 21 points, right at his scoring average this year. And the lead back up to 19 as we're under 5 minutes to play. Suleiman attacked a little bit out of control, and it leads to a turnover and compounded with a foul on Bunsey, 92 feet away. And Medhani and Bunsey talking about what they like on their Olive Garden salad that they will have tonight as they exchange pleasantries right in front of the North Royalton bench. And one of the officials, the youngest of this crew, Ben Schmigelski, trying to settle down Medhani, and they're going to call the foul on Bunsey. And I don't have any problem with Bunsey. I love his aggressiveness. He's tough. He's gritty. The but is that twice in this game, he has been high with elbows. I did not see what set Medhani off there, but he was fouled hard, and it's a common foul. Warriors, as North Royalton sets up pressure, they're going to commit another one here. And on Bunsey, they've got 3 on him. See who they call this on here, Coop. It's a common foul, and it's number 4 on Bunsey. So he picks up his 4th with 4:29 to play. North Royalton with 5 as a team, so penalty situation. Westerville North, 69% of the year, is going to shoot free throws on every foul by North Royalton the rest of the way. First one for Tyson Perkins is right there. Tyson Perkins working on an 8-point night. 3.1 to 1 assist to turnover ratio is second only to Medhani on this team. 71% free throw shooter. Bends the knees and hits. So Tyson with 9, and Westerville North, barring a disaster here, is going to be back in Dayton for the state championship tomorrow at 12 p.m. They lead by 21. Biggest lead of this game. Underneath, dropped in by Escano. So Escano has 5 quick ones. And the lead 19, 64-45. Medhani, make that McCree. Underneath Damian King, who collided with Klingbeil. I was worried for a minute with the collision concussions, the first thing that they hit so hard, and Damian kind of just sat there on the ground a minute, but he got up smiling, and a timeout is called. No foul called there, right? Or was there? Just a timeout by Trusley and Westerville North with 4:04 to play in this game. Players sitting down, so it's a full timeout. Nope, they tell them to stand up. They were sitting on the North Royalton bench, and Ben Schmigelski, our U2, said, no, get up. It's a 30. It's a Sheets timeout. A Sheets timeout with the My Sheets Rewards program. Earn 5 points for every $1 spent in store. The more points you earn, the faster you'll climb the ranks. Go from fan to friend, then ultimately freak. Visit Sheets.com for all the details. Want to say thanks to Bridget Zywick at North Royalton High School, outstanding assistant athletic director. I couldn't understand why she was so nice. Well, she was nice because she was going on vacation, and before she went on vacation, made all the North Royalton fans aware of our broadcast. But on a serious note, was really, really good to us. We appreciate you, Miss Zywick. Underneath Damian King, back out to Medhani. 4 minutes to play in this game. Medhani double-teamed. Tyson has Klingbeil able to get to him and take it away. Nearly lost by McCoslick, and it goes out of bounds off Westerville North. I didn't do a good job describing it, but ball was everywhere and eventually goes out of bounds back to North Royalton. Well, North Royalton, 10-game win streak coming in. It looks like they're going to drop to 22-6. A win today in Trusley's squad here in 2025-26 will have the most wins for a boys basketball team in school history. 25, the previous record in 94 and 25. Lincoln Lee's 3 no good. Escato got an offensive rebound, kind of uncontested, got to the rim and laid it in. He's got 15, 64-47. McCree, a little hesitation, took it right at Klingbeil and laid it in. Elijah showing the full arsenal, 23 points, and it's a 19-point basketball game. Suleiman, right baseline. Royalton trying to play fast, missed it, but got his own miss and laid it in. Suleiman with 5. They have obviously picked up the pace, pressure in full court here, trying to get turnovers and easy baskets. Tony to McCree, 3 minutes to play. Elijah, Bob Cousy style, weaving his way around the bucket. Back out to Tyson with 2:53 to play. Warriors, no hurry here. Into the middle of the floor, Damian King, no good. A tip, no good. And Suleiman, a rebound. Suleiman kind of stood there with the ball for 3 seconds. They got to get moving. Underneath Klingbeil, back to the basket. Skips it to Bunsey. His runner, no good. And a rebound to Tony Cornett. 2:30 to play. 2:30 away from a trip to the state championship as McCree, no. Medhani caught it in midair and laid it in. He's got 9. Trusley is going to call a Sheets timeout, and we'll see if it's a full. It is a full. So 2 minutes and 26 seconds away from a ticket to the state championship. It'll be Westerville North against either Lima Senior. Lima Seniors had a fantastic year. The Spartans or the Tigers. Massillon Washington. Massillon Washington is 25-1 right now. Their only blemish came on a 3-pointer at the buzzer by North Canton Hoover back on the 23rd of December. Lima Seniors had a fantastic year. They played much of their games down the stretch without their all-everything player, Sean Foster, at 21.3 a game and 5.4 rebounds. Well, he is back, and he is healthy, and he is a difference maker. And you throw him in there along with Willie Foster, who will play at Northern Kentucky next year and was the Toledo City Athletic Conference Player of the Year. And whoever comes out of that other side of the bracket, Westerville North is going to have to be really, really good tomorrow at 12 p.m. We'll have it for you here on the Westerville North Sports Network. 2:26 to play. Biggest lead of this game has been 21. 64-43. We're at 68-49 right now. as a runner by McCausland is no good, and saved, or an attempted save by Luke Greeter, who has checked in. So Nick Lapsevich in his second stint with North Royalton, coached him for 6 years from 15 to 21, went to Baldwin Wallace Division III school up in the area, Berea, Ohio for 3 years, and is now back here in stint number 2, getting a couple of the seniors in that are playing their final 2 minutes of basketball wearing North Royalton black and orange, and a foul with 1:58 to play out at the top of the key by 24, Luke Grieber. So 68-49. Tyson was the guy they fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It is Saturday afternoon hoops. They have been presented all season long by Ryan Krieger and the outstanding team at Krieger Ford. And a couple for Tyson, and the first one is up and in. Westerville North now unofficially 6 of 8 at the stripe, 75%. All of those makes and attempts coming here in the second half. Krieger Ford, 1800 Morse Road in Columbus, home of the Krieger commitment. Best cars, best people, and peace of mind. Second is good again. We've got an 11-point night for Tyson Perkins. We've got a 21-point basketball game with 1:50 to play. And a turnover here is going to give it back to Westerville North. Westerville North, as we said, going to go to 26-1, and they'll play for the state championship tomorrow at noon. We're on the air at 11:25 with the North Star Family Dental pregame show. 1:50 to play. We'll talk to Lawrence Pack after this game, and we'll select and talk to tonight's Ohio Christian University player of the game. All that is part of the Romeo's postgame show, Romeo's Pizza postgame show. As a foul out there on number 2. That's McCausland. They're over the limit. So a couple of free throws for Elijah McCree, who actually missed one in the regional final. He is 60 of 67 on the season. It's Elijah McCree, and the first one is up and in. So McCree now with 24 points. Second one good again. Hit the rim on that one. That's like a miss for Elijah McCree. And Westerville North now 10 of 16 at the stripe, and the benches are being emptied. The white flag has been thrown as both of these coaches, a lot of hugs, a lot of high fives, especially on the North Royalton side. 5 seniors playing their final games. Dylan McCausland, Sean Bunsey, Antonio Escano, Luke Grieber, and Omar Suleiman playing their final basketball game as a Bear. 72-49. What an opportunity for some of these young guys. Ben Pack and that JV team that coached a lot of these guys that are on the floor right now. 17-3 this year, so a lot of talent coming up that will be leaned on quickly next season. But we're focused right now on this season and a chance to play for a state championship. It'll be the 3rd time in school history that Westerville North advances to the state title game, as Reem Snyder tried to attack. That ball went off the foot of a Bear. It'll stay here. Westerville North 2-0 in state championship games, won it in 94 in that Kevin Martin, Sean Stonerook era. And won it, of course, last year with that, how do you want to describe last year, Ricky, in a polite way? The beatdown on Massillon Perry as not Tony Cornett, but how about Tyson got loose for 2. Tyson, 3.2 a game, has played in 20 games this year, 74-49. Now the biggest lead of this game at 25. Romeo's Pizza postgame show is coming up. We'll give you all the final numbers, talk to Lawrence Pack, courtesy of CertaPro Painters, and select and talk to tonight's Ohio Christian University player of the game. Lengthy possession here for North Royalton. Working left to right here in this second half. And that ball deflected and taken away by Westerville North. Ends up in the hands of Ben Hopkins. 6'2" sophomore guard. Hopkins to Reem Snyder. 15 seconds left as Warrior Nation rises to their feet. If you're listening to this game in Westerville, Ohio, best hour 15 of your life. Get in the car tomorrow and support these guys in person as they're going to try to win the third state championship in school history as they knock off North Royalton, and they do it in impressive fashion by 25 here at the Nutter Center at Wright State University. The final, Westerville North 74, North Royalton 49. Boy, the Bears, they were resilient. Got it down to single digits on a couple different occasions. Cut it to 4, I think, in the second quarter, I think it was. But too much pressure, too much Tony Cornette. And this guy that wears a headband wearing number 3, I think his name is Elijah McCree. He's pretty good. 74-49. Westerville North is going to play for the state championship. We'll talk about it on the Romeo's Pizza postgame show. It's coming up next. This is the Westerville North Sports Network.
Pay Social Security, you probably don't know all the facts about it, like where your money goes, or how much your Social Security protection is worth, or how old you'll have to be to get retirement benefits, or how much you'll receive when you're eligible. But there is one way to get all the facts, and that's by calling 1-800-772-1213 for the free booklet, Basic Facts About Social Security. That's 1-800-772-1213.
I let 6 of my employees go last year.
I let 5 employees go in 5 months.
In fact, just last week I let 3 go.
A lot of employers are letting their employees go. Go to serve their country in the National Guard and Reserve. The Guard and Reserve has become more important than ever, making up 52% of our military force. So join the troops.
I haven't had to let any of my employees go, but when the time comes, I will.
Support your employees in the Guard and Reserve. A message from Employer Support of the Guard and Reserve and Ad Council.
Our mission is one of hope. Since 1896, every day of every year, Volunteers of America has been feeding the elderly, helping troubled youth, sheltering the homeless, and restoring hope to more than 1 million people a year. Find out what you can do. Call 1-800-899-0089 or visit volunteersofamerica.org.
Ready?
Not. Your body's been ready for quite some time.
Ready?
But not your mind. You have lots to do before you have a baby. But don't forget to take folic acid today and every day to prevent birth defects one special day. So when all of you is ready, that baby of yours will be ready to take on the world. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Ready?
Not.
Ready.
Dottie Bryant, veteran truck driver and member of America's Road Team on Driving Tired.
I've covered more than 2 million accident-free miles, but I've seen more accidents than I care to. They're senseless crashes caused by drivers who fell asleep at the wheel. I see vehicles at night and they're weaving from lane to lane, sometimes clear off the road. I wish I could tell these drivers to stop, take a nap, or at least get a cup of coffee. It could save their lives. I never drive tired, ever.
A wake-up call for all drivers from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the American Trucking Associations.
They won't tell you it's because you're black.
Honey, I have some bad news. They rejected our offer on the house.
Why?
Who knows? Our agent said it was a real good offer, but the owners wouldn't even counter it.
Do you think it's because we're black, trying to move into a white neighborhood?
I don't know. Maybe we should call Fair Housing and find out.
Denying you the right to buy a home in the neighborhood of your choice is unfair and illegal. Call HUD at 1-800-669-9777. Fair housing is the law.
Mark Kavanik and State Street Advisors is the official financial advisor sponsor of the Westerville North Sports Network. Conveniently located at 647 Park Meadow Road in Westerville, Mark Kavanik and State Street Advisors is ready to equip you with a comprehensive evaluation of your current financial state to assist you in planning for your future. State Street Advisors will guide you in formulating a series of achievable steps that can help you reach your objectives. Mark Kavanik and State Street Advisors is the official financial advisor sponsor of the Westerville North Sports Network. Phone 614-895-2584 or visit statestreetadvisors.com to learn more. Mark Kavanik is an investment advisor representative offering securities and advisory services through Cetera Advisors, LLC. Member FINRA, SIPC, a broker-dealer and registered investment advisor. Cetera is under separate ownership from any other named entity. State Street Advisors, wealth creation, preservation, and transfer. Well, it is celebration time here at the Nutter Center. Westerville North has won their 21st straight basketball game. They have won a school record 26 games. This is their 5th Final Four appearance, and they're going to play for their 3rd state championship in school history tomorrow at 12 p.m. against either Lima Senior or Massillon, Washington, who are on the floor right now, about 30 minutes from tipping off here in the state semifinal number 2. Westerville community, the local gathering place you knew as Time and Change, is officially the Hoover Bar and Kitchen. As proud Westerville North alum, the team at the Hoover Bar and Kitchen walk the same halls and are more committed than ever to growing right here in Westerville in this community. They're not just local business owners, they are your fans. The Hoover Bar and Kitchen wishes all the students, athletes, and coaches the best of luck in today's basketball game and tomorrow's state championship. I want to say thanks to Roosters as well for their support of our broadcast coverage. Award-winning wings, pizzas, salads, and more. Visit Roosters locations in New Albany or Polaris. Roosters is a fun, casual joint and a proud supporter of Warriors athletics. We do welcome you to the Romeo's Pizza post-game show. Lawrence Pack will be out here in just a minute, and so will tonight's Ohio Christian University player of the game. At OCU, they believe students are called to be like oaks of righteousness, deeply rooted in Christ, standing strong in purpose, flourishing in community. And at OCU, you'll be known as a scholar with professors who care about your goals, known as a leader shaped through their leadership roundtable training, and known as a friend in a community that celebrates you. Come experience what it means to be rooted, nurtured, and known. Visit ohiochristian.edu/preview and see how OCU can grow you into the oak that God has called you to be. They will sponsor our player of the game interview in just a few moments. Romeo's Pizza is the exclusive sponsor of our post-game show. Enjoy $7 off your next online order of $30 or more using promo code ONL7. $7 off $30. It's a Romeo's Championship Special. It is available through tomorrow night. I know that for sure. It's been available all championship long. Open Fridays and Saturdays till 11. So tonight till 11, Sunday through Thursday till 9. Romeo's Pizza on Maxtown Road. They are proud to support Warriors athletics. A big thank you to Jason Cobb and the rest of the team at Romeo's Pizza. Well, I've got a stat sheet in front of me. I've got Ricky Cooper's stats in front of us. I know Lawrence Pack is coming out in just a few moments as well. And the one that matters maybe is on that scoreboard. It says Westerville North the winner 74-49. And maybe just as important, Westerville North the 24-11 run in that fourth quarter. It was a 12-point game. Boy, if you're North Royalton, you're kind of hanging around at that point, still in striking distance. They had some moments where they had these little mini runs. Escano helped lead one, Klingbeil helped lead one, and all of a sudden Westerville North scores 24 points in the fourth quarter, and they pull away and they win this basketball game again by the final of 74-49 in the first ever meeting between these two teams from Westerville North and from North Royalton. Again, it's all been a part of Saturday Afternoon Hoops. It has been presented exclusively by Krieger Ford. They're the exclusive Ford dealership of the Westerville North Sports Network, 1800 Morse Road in Columbus, home of the Krieger Commitment. Best cars, best people, and peace of mind. Shop at KriegerFord.com today. Thank you to Ryan Krieger, class of 2005, and Chris Thomas, the class of 2001. And Coop's given me some numbers. Again, they've got a full printout with numbers. We'll try to read it and talk at the same time, which isn't as easy as it sounds. But Westerville North, I can tell you, 28 of 55 from the field, 51%. North Royalton, 22 of 56 for 39%. Westerville North had a 15-point advantage behind the three-point line. They hit 9 of 23s for 45%. North Royalton, 4 of 24 for 17%. And it is worth noting that Wes Ellifritz over here celebrating. We need to do our halftime interview tomorrow.
You know what?
Yeah, last year we got to do it. I know. Fit me in with Scott Van Pelt. Fit me in when the ESPN boys are done. We'll talk to Wes Ellifritz tomorrow at halftime. North Royalton, 4 of 24, 17%, and the Bears end up turning it over 22 times in this game. Westerville North turned it over 13 times in this basketball game. Some other numbers that may interest you. Let's go individual numbers. Elijah McCree had 23 points, 5 assists. He was 8 of 16 from the field, 4 of 8 on threes. Tyson Perkins, 15 points, 8 assists, 3 steals on 5 of 11 shooting. And Tony Cornett, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals on 6 of 11 shooting. Some of the other numbers that may interest you. Escano, the leading rebounder for North Royalton, he grabbed 8 rebounds. Damian King, the leading rebounder for Westerville North, with 8. North Royalton actually won the battle of the backboards, 33-24 in this game. The big fella for North Royalton, talking about 33, Nolan Klingbeil. Boy, was he efficient today. Hit 9 of 12 shots and finished tonight with 18 points, 8 rebounds. Did turn it over 3 times as well. So he is their leading scorer. They get double figures tonight from Escano with 15 on 6 of 15 shooting. He had 3 of 7 threes. For Westerville North, 25 points for McCree, 9 of 17 from the field, 4 of 8 on threes, 3 of 3 at the stripe, 25 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Double figures tonight from Cornett with 17 and 11 from Tyson Perkins. Damian King had 9 on 4 of 6 shooting. Medhani with 7, who came out of the gates on fire, hit 2 threes early, 2 of 5 from way downtown. He had 7. Nate Roman, good minutes, less minutes today, but he was effective when he was in there. Hit a 3 and had 3 points in this basketball game. Tyson Cornett, a bucket late, had 2, and that's how Westerville North gets to their 74 points in this game. Other guys that scored for North Royalton tonight: Sean Bunsey with 2, Lincoln Lee with a half dozen, Omar Suleiman had 5, Dylan McCausland had 1, Michael DeSenza did not score but played, Crudadoria played, did not score, and then a couple of guys came in late, talking about Luke Robaugh and Rob Edmiston, and neither of those guys attempted a shot in this basketball game, so they obviously did not score either. In terms of assists, Westerville North distributed 13 assists tonight. Leading assist man was Tyson Perkins with a half dozen. Sean Bunsey had a team best 3 assists for North Royalton, who had 8 as a team. And again, looking for any other numbers that may interest you. There were no lead changes in this game. Westerville North jumped out to a 7-0 advantage 54 seconds into this game, and they never looked back. North Royalton closed to within 4 in that second quarter, But Westerville North, kind of the storyline with this team, they always seem to have an answer. As we roll on here with the Romeo's Pizza post-game show, big thank you to Romeo's Pizza. They're open Sunday through Thursday until 9, Fridays and Saturdays till 11. Romeo's Pizza, a proud supporter of Warriors Athletics, 895-5555, or online at romeospizza.com. Be sure to use that promo code ONL7 to take $7 off your online order of $30 or more. Lawrence Pack joins us courtesy of CertaPro Painters. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, they do it all. They provide a worry-free and easy property improvement experience. Times may have changed, but CertaPro Painters' outstanding service and expertise remain the same. CertaPro Painters, schedule a free estimate 799-8106 or online at CertaPro.com. And I got to plug in a couple of things. Lawrence Packer, they're just going to be able to hear me, and they have heard me for the last 2 hours. The guy they want to hear right now is they want thoughts from the Warrior coaching staff on an opportunity to play tomorrow at noon for the third state championship in school history. And boy, never hurts when you jump out of the gate 7-0 in the first 54 seconds.
Right.
First of all, just congratulations. Playing for a state championship.
Yeah.
This is in a long time in the works, a lot invested over the course of a season. What's the emotions going through your mind right now?
We're excited. You know, it's not normal what our kids are doing. We try to tell them that. You know, not everybody gets to play for a state title 2 years in a row. It's just, I mean, I was going to go through and try to figure out how many teams have went and played at Division I and Division II levels for back-to-back state titles, and I don't know. I mean, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
And to where the team that won it got back again. The kids are special in spite of the coaching staff, you know.
I should have nodded at that. I was listening. No, I'm not nodding at that because of the coaching staff.
The kids do a great job. They adjust. They persevere. We took everything that they had. We knew they were going to go on a run. They go on a run every game, even if they get down or up or whatever. And they switched defenses on us. Took us a couple possessions to figure that, not figure out what they were in, but figure out how we could attack it and whatnot, and just to slow down a little bit and quit settling. I mean, when you get out of the gate hitting all the threes we did, it's easy to keep shooting threes.
Sure.
And so we wanted to try to, hey, let's attack the basket, pull the big kid out, and work around the basket. And we were able to get to the rim in the second half and start blowing that lead out a little bit and making them dribble and not letting them throw over the top. They want to throw over the top because they didn't want to dribble. So,
can I go back to something you said at the beginning, how rare this is? And you think about North Royalton, they lose first-team All-State performer Dylan Lakatis, 20 a game, 40% on threes. He's up at Kent State. You look at North, you lose Ty, you lose Micah, you lose Nolan, you lose 3 starters, the D2 Player of the Year, Ronald Jackson, just a key component. Right. Doesn't that make this, I mean, to do it again, considering all of those losses, is kind of monumental, isn't it?
It is. We thought back in the summer and stuff when we were doing what we were doing, and we thought we had a chance to do it again, but we knew it would be a long, hard road, and we didn't know if we could do it again. You know, you got to have some things go your way, but you also have to have the guys buy in, and you got to be. I don't want to say you got to be lucky, but we've been pretty much injury-free, thank goodness.
Yes.
And that's a big thing. I mean, you just see it all the time, and teams that have that. So it is rare, but I mean it's unique. But our kids are embracing it. We talked about it this week, you know, with the students. The students are always like, we're not going down on Saturday, but we'll go down on Sunday when you guys win. I mean, it's just
don't know,
and just foregone conclusion. And people at school all year have been like, hey, when's the state finals? And this is like back in the summer, and we're like, you know, we played like 2 games. Can we win a OCC first? You know, can we do those type of things?
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean. It's nice to think that when you win the way we win, but it still is a lot of hard work.
Yeah. people are going to look at this. You're up 7-0. You're up 17 in the first half. You roll by 25 in the second. But there was a point again, kind of like New Albany.
They got it to 3 in the third.
Was it 3 in the third? It was 4 in the second. I thought it was 4.
They got it to 3 or 4.
Okay.
They cut it down. We knew they would go on a run. We knew they would hit threes.
Let me interrupt. That was in the third is what you've got?
They got it to 4 in the third.
Okay.
We called a timeout.
Yep.
And then we went on that run.
Well, you know when they did it? You were up 8 at halftime, and they went on a 4-0 run to start the third,
and they
didn't
cut
they?
it to 4. We called timeout and challenged our kids to be better, and just calm down and do what we do. And they went on a little run. We got some steals. We got some layups. We got it back up to 11 or 12, and just were able to maintain from there.
What when you look, I mean, again, Elijah was pretty special today. Obviously helps when he has 25. What allowed you to pull away in the second half? And you mentioned that kind of that rut where you had to call a timeout. Was it the 2-3 zone that for a few moments at least?
Settling for jump shots.
Okay.
They went 1-3-1. They went 2-3. They mixed it up, and our kids just wanted to, when you come out and you hit 7 threes early, you want to keep shooting them.
Yes.
And especially when we shoot it the way we shoot it. And you've got the 3 lines on the floor, which messes with you a little bit. But legs start to get a little tired. But what allowed us to go on the run is our defense. As much as we want to talk about scoring the points, our defense makes our offense. And when we can get some turnovers, and we can get some quick ones, and we can get out and run where they can't set up defense. We can get some easy fast break layups. They're a gritty group. They weren't going to quit. We knew they weren't going to quit. They're a tough group. They're seasoned. Like you said, they're going back-to-back Final Fours, so it wasn't new for them either.
It's worth noting, New Albany, 9 turnovers last week. They get 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're down 3. North Royalton turns it over 22 times today, and they end up losing by 25. It's neither one of us are Rhodes Scholar. You don't need to be.
Right.
If you can't handle the pressure, you don't have a chance against this basketball team, and we've seen it for 2 years. Well, you're now, I know there's other unfinished business, but this is now the winningest boys basketball team in the history, the 51-year-old history. I'm talking about telling the guys, we don't get to do this a lot. 31 years for you. What does that mean to you to know you're a part of something that, may never be done again, has never been done for 51 years?
One basket away from undefeated.
That's right.
We won't talk, but it's special. You don't want to take for granted the years you have this, because it's not always been this way. We've been through 31 years, and Shan's 35 years. We've both been through seasons where we're on the not 1-25, but it's not very good either.
Right.
26-1 is huge. It's a testament to our kids and how much time they put in the off season, how hard they work. What a great group of kids they are. The referees came up to us, and we were talking about some of the chippy things that were happening on the floor. And he goes, "You got a great group of kids." He goes, we're keeping an eye on it. Your kids are a great group of kids. And we said, we know we are, but they're not going to back down either.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They're not going to back down, and they just play hard, and all they want to do is win. And when you, even go back 2 years ago to the district final loss against Newark, when we had the season we did, and then the year before that. These kids, this senior class is just one, and it's just a testament to them and how much time they put into it and how they lead.
And momentum can be a negative thing, can continue to do things bad and wrong. Right now, there's a lot of momentum in this program, and guys, seniors leading young people, and got to see some of those young people on the floor at the end. The guys that were part of a 17-win JV team that, you're going to be leaning on next season. Absolutely. So, well, take me through. Not many teams go on the road and stay in hotels at the high school level. So I'm laughing because I remember a friend of mine, my uncle, was security for the Browns. And they took the Browns practice guys on the trip one time. Had never been in a hotel, thought it would do it nice. And they were climbing out of the windows at night. They said I'm not saying North's good, but it's it's a different setup. They got to sleep in their own beds last night. How do you handle the next 24 hours to get ready for 12 p.m. and one of these two teams on the floor right now?
We're going to stay and watch this one, and then we're going to find a spot somewhere. It looks like it's a pretty crowded group. I don't know where we're going to get, but we're going to watch this one.
Yep.
And then we'll get back to the hotel, get showered up, get some food, get off our feet, go over scouting tonight. Kids brought their PS5s. They'll be in their rooms playing PS5 tonight, watching NCAA basketball. Kind of helps keep them focused. And the main thing is, they just had a hard game. We got to get the legs back. I expect this to be a battle. This is going to be a hard game, I'm sure. So they're going to have legs just the same as we did. But our kids are used to being in hotels and playing. They all play AAU.
Yeah.
And we took a trip this summer and went up to Midwest Live, where we stay in a hotel at Great Wolf Lodge for a night. So it is rare, but this day and age, with the kids in the AAU trips, they're used to doing it.
Yeah, well, and if so, they'll hopefully get a good night's rest and be ready to do it tomorrow. I know with the quick turnaround, you can't tell me we haven't seen anything. We're just been, because this is different. This is not what you had a 5-day gap last year. Give me a nugget for fans that have not seen, didn't come to your Lima senior game and haven't seen this 25-win Massillon Washington team. Give us a nugget on both of them, if you will.
Lima senior, they're really good. Everybody thought they'd be here. Everybody expected them to be here, and they're very athletic. It was a great game at their place. You were there. You saw it.
Yep.
Massillon Washington's tough, gritty. They've got players everywhere too, and they're not going to back down. And they're a very disciplined, sound, fundamental team that can play. And when you win 25 games, especially in the Cleveland area, Akron, Massillon, they're a good team, and they probably expected to be here too.
Yeah.
So they were disappointed they didn't get there last year, and because we saw them in the summer, and I think they're ready to take this advantage of this today.
They're a 3-point basket away from being 26-0 too. North Canton Hoover, right? Got them at the buzzer, I think, the 23rd of December. So just let me know when the Olive Garden's getting to the hotel.
All right.
You mentioned, and boy, congratulations. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Lawrence Pack staying late, talking basketball with us. He appears with us courtesy of CertaPro Painters. Whether your needs are commercial or residential, they do it all. You can schedule a free estimate by calling 799-8106 or online at CertaPro.com. Well, Coop, I think we're very shortly here going to have to make an executive decision on whether or not we see our player of the game. Do we have any update on that situation? Okay, he's in the media room right now, so we may or may not get an opportunity to talk to Elijah McCree. I can tell you that he is tonight's Ohio Christian University player of the game. There's thousands of colleges out there, but on a lot of campuses, students are just a number. Ohio Christian University committed to investing students and investing in their lives. And go down and schedule a visit. Go to one of their preview days. They've got one coming up in the next few weeks. You can learn more at ohiochristian.edu. Again, we are in the midst of the Romeo's Pizza post-game show. It is part of Saturday Afternoon Hoops. It's presented exclusively by Krieger Ford. Romeo's Pizza, they've got that $7 off 30 promo code. Use ONL7. They're open tonight till 11. Plenty of time tomorrow after hopefully a state championship win to get your pie as well. $7 off 30. Got to do it online, and you use the promo code ONL7. Romeo's Pizza on Maxtown Road is a proud supporter of Westerville North Athletics. Well, I can tell you what is next for this basketball team. Obviously for North Royalton, their first loss in more than a month. They had won 10 in a row coming in, 10 in a row since Sean Bunsey had come back. They had avenged the 2 regular season losses to Brecksville, Broadview Heights, and came here and fought like heck. Had it down to 4 in the second quarter after getting down by as many as 17, and then got down, Lawrence Pack said, to within 3, he thought, in that third quarter. But too much Westerville North, too much Elijah McCree, too much Tony Cornett, too much pressure to the tune of 22 turnovers, and Westerville North able to pull away and kind of just wear you out. They talk about taking teams to the deep water is kind of a theme of this team, and it's kind of they don't share that with everybody. We'll just say, we kind of work on you. You're in the shallow end early, and eventually, as the game goes on, we take you out into the deep water, and it's just it's tough. It wears on you physically and mentally. If you followed our broadcast the last month, you've heard me quote Aaron Stump at Big Walnut, the outstanding head coach, and he said, Rick, it's not just the physical toll that their pressure puts on you, it's the mental toll. Guys are just wore out. He said, we're wore out as coaches trying to draw up ways to beat it, and it kind of just wore down North Royalton. They'd only been playing 6 guys the entire postseason. They played a 7th tonight, played 8 actually. Descenza and I think Grudadoria got in. I know Descenza done, but played 7 or 8 tonight to try to kind of hang in there in the fourth quarter, but kind of ran out of gas, and Westerville North able to pull away and win tonight by the final of 74-49. The Warriors will play at the University of Dayton UD Arena. They'll play for a state championship tomorrow at noon Eastern time. We will go on the air at 11:25 with the North Star Family Dental pregame show as we count you down to tomorrow's Mike McCoy Remax Impact opening tip. And so Westerville North with the win goes to 26-1. That's a school record, 26 wins. They have won 21 games in a row. And North Royalton, congratulations on a fantastic year. Second Final Four appearance in Nick Lapsevic's 2 years back at the helm. First 2 Final Fours in school history. The Bears finish up 22-6 in 2025-26. And I think that puts a wrap on Saturday afternoon hoops presented by Krieger Ford. We say thanks to coaches Shan Trussley and Lawrence Pack from Westerville North. Thanks to North AD Wes Ellifritz, North Royalton Assistant AD Bridget Zywick. I hope you're somewhere tropical and warm, Miss Zywick. Thanks to the guys that helped bring it to you tonight. Our on-site producer, Ricky Cooper, working like crazy. Price Cooper, our one of the guys running camera, running highlights back to you, us here at the table to get those to you as quickly as possible. And Ty Cooper, another guy, a spotter, statistician, doing a little bit of everything tonight as well. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including tonight's title sponsor, Krieger Ford. Krieger Ford is the official Ford dealership of the Westerville North Sports Network, 1800 Morse Road in Columbus, home of the Krieger Commitment. Best cars, best people, and peace of mind. You can shop online at KriegerFord.com today. Be sure to stay connected to the Westerville North Sports Network Facebook page, as we'll provide game updates and video highlights from the second semifinal of the day. That is about 10 minutes from tipping off here between Lima Senior and Massillon, Washington. For Shan Trussley, Lawrence Pack, Ricky Cooper, Price Cooper, Ty Cooper, and our entire Westerville North Sports Network broadcast team, my name is Rick Cooper, saying so long from the Nutter Center here on the campus of Wright State University, where the Warriors a winner, 74-49. They are going to play for the state championship tomorrow. We'll talk to you at 11:25 from UD Arena, and the Warriors will try to do it again and win a 3rd state championship in school history. Until then, thanks so much for listening. Final score, Westerville North 74, North Royalton 49. Have a good night, everybody.